T-Fred joined us tonight. Normally does the Piketon game, so we're actually simulcasting on both stations tonight, 100.9 WXIZ and Piketon station as well. So earlier in the week, I said, you know what? I think Jaron's having a little surgery, and how about if you guys get a hold of T-Fred, see if he'll help me out tonight. You're around Piketon all the time. You know the team, and it is. I think it's a good matchup tonight for us to do the ball game. T-Fred, talk a little about Piketon. Early before the season started, people said a lot of Gouillian's back. Of course, Coach Gouillian's been there a number of years. Way back when, I remember Morris Gouillian as the head coach.
Right.
You do too. But a lot of seniors, some experience. They started out 2-0, and you said they really haven't played quite as well the last couple of weeks, although Valley and Zane Trace no slouches.
You got that right. Both teams are very, very good ball clubs. They had a turnover bug the last couple of weeks, and I think they're playing a national anthem, Greg.
All right, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back after this 1-minute timeout.
When we lose a loved one, our one wish is to honor their memory.
Dad meant so much, we wanted a tribute to the person he was.
Mark the passing of a loved one with a truly special observance. Talk to us for all your funeral needs. Our caring staff will help you honor their memory and make it a family tribute. Boyer Funeral Home, located in Waverly and Piketon.
Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing creates amazing apparel for SVC schools, plus customized shirts for your company or event. They offer everything from apparel, banners, and window graphics to decals, signs, billboards, and custom magnets. For great prices, friendly service, and quality products, call or stop in to see what they can create for you. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, 97 North Park Drive in Chillicothe. Call 740-663-7023.
We are back at Unioto, and Greg and T-Fred here with you. We were finished up talking about Pike. You said a little bit of the turnover bug. Played two tough teams the last couple of weeks, certainly in Lucasville Valley and Zane Trace. And this Unioto team's very deep, T-Fred. They got a lot of weapons, and you can't afford mistakes if you're on the Piketon side tonight.
Well, you're exactly right. I haven't seen them yet, and I saw Zane Trace, and what I'm hearing, those two are the top tier two in the league. But you're right. The turnover bug was bad for Piketon last week. 3 turnovers against Zane Trace, 3 scores. And they got to stay away from the turnovers, Greg. They got to stay away from the big play, Betty, I call it. They've been a little inconsistent on their passing game. The run game hasn't been bad, but they got some injuries tonight. Some new guys filling in. As you always know, next man up. Now, as far as Unioto goes, I know the Wilson boy is out, but they are loaded from top to bottom. I mean, everywhere you look, there's not a weak link in the chain. And I'm very impressed just even watching them warm up, Greg. They look really, really good.
You got Isaac Coy, the quarterback, as a junior, but throws the ball extremely well. He's got 2 great running backs in Cody Braden and David Long. Wide receivers galore, Jack Welsh, a junior, Levi Beam. Jackson Zikafus does a lot of their kick returning, and he's the fast guy for the Shermans as well, Levi Beam. And, you know, the last time we had them opening up on Thursday night in Portsmouth, they had a freshman, Braden Harsha, who's a 6'1", 165-pound freshman that did not look like a freshman that night. So they got more good athletes coming up through the system here with the Shermans. I was talking briefly with Coach Hoops earlier when he was up here in the press box, and he said the only guy you mentioned, Yusef Wilson, and he said, you know, that was one of those things where he starts defensively. He's our second running back behind Braden. And he said we were ahead of Waverly. It was the second half, and he needed some runs. You wanted to get a guy in there, and he said then he tore his ACL. And he said, you know, as a coach, he goes, my heart sunk when that happened because he was coming along so quickly. But I think that's one of their only injuries tonight. So tonight, you know, speaking of Piketon, you got the Shermans. They've not really been challenged so far, 4-0 on the season. Looking at Piketon, league-wise, for the Redstreaks, you had to start out with Zane Trace Unioto, so not an easy start to the Soda Valley Conference for them.
No, and I looked at Unioto stuff, and you're right, they haven't been challenged. They've outscored their opponents 188-21. They're averaging 47 points a game and only giving up 5. Now that's pretty darn good. Looking at Piketon, they're scoring 26 points a game but giving up 24. Defensively, we've had trouble the last couple of weeks. We haven't been able to stop the run, and I told a couple of my buddies tonight before I came up, this Unioto team is well balanced not only in the run and the pass, but they're a run-first team.
Yes.
And they're going to have to slow down the run. I don't know what Coach Rockwell's got up his sleeve, but they can't let them just get 7, 8, 10 yards a clip and going all the way down the field.
Also, when I got here, I was talking to athletic director Matt Combs, and of course, who's the basketball coach here now. Used to be Coach Hoops. Now Matt's taken over for that, as well as being athletic director. And I was asking a little bit about the basketball season coming up and who we think around the SVC kids coming back. And, you know, Matt's been around coaching. He's not going to get too forward thinking about things, but he said, well, we've already changed our schedule a little bit. We've moved some games back because I kind of got the idea we're going to get started late in basketball. Yeah. That says a lot. I think he feels that he knows this is a pretty good team. Obviously, a good chance of them getting to the playoffs. And they talked about moving some of their basketball games. And looking down, I know Long, a lot of these guys, Zikafus, I think, a lot of these same athletes. Yeah. Unioto does a good job of getting their athletes to play year-round in their sports, no doubt about that.
Well, and they had a great baseball run last year to the Final Four.
Right. They did.
Under Coach Taylor. I call him Tony the Tiger. That's what I call him.
Yeah, they did have a good, got hot during the tournament and had a great run last spring in baseball as well. You know, I don't want to say because I'm older than you, Chief Fred, but you've been around long enough. Schools this size, especially the smaller schools, you know, the Adina, the Honey, Southeastern side, but you'll get a run of athletes, but you're not going to, it's not like you're a D1 school.
Right.
It's not going to be continuous. But I think Unioto's in a situation, they are one of the bigger schools in SVC, no doubt. But they're certainly right now in a run of good athletes that are playing all sports, and you can tell that, as well as the girls. So.
Yes, and they've always been pretty good ever since I can remember. I know we played them back when I was in high school, and that was late 70s. I hate to mention that, but they've always been a quality school, great program, great coaches, great athletes. I know quite a few of them. A couple of my buddies from up here said this Unioto team this year, Greg, may be one of the best in the last 20. So that's how great they think this team could be.
You know, you're talking about playing. I was talking last week at Paint Valley about playing there, and I go back further than that. But I was at Westfall. I was a bunch of our older players. We didn't have junior high football. I was a freshman. I was playing quarterback because some of our older guys got hurt. Several of them quit. We were playing a lot of young kids. Like the second or third game I played, I'm the quarterback. I had to go to Piketon, and the linebacker was Earl Wilson.
I remember Earl.
Remember Earl?
Yeah.
I thought he would. Now I was a freshman.
Know
of him. Yeah, I thought one of the best linebackers I've been. Now, being a young freshman, I was worried he was going to kill me because I think he went on to play University of Cincinnati.
Yes, he did.
In a long, long time ago at Piketon, but quite the linebacker. I do remember that game because I didn't even want to try quarterback sneak because I was afraid Earl would, because he could really lay the wood to you, no doubt. But that was a lot of years ago, playing down at Piketon. Let's take a time out. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week on Hank Radio, 100.9 WXIZ. Back after this.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need a quick mow?
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
All at Kingston National Bank. Looking for a hometown favorite? Stop by the Lunchbox in Chillicothe, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. From hearty all-day breakfast to a variety of wraps, subs, and paninis, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the fresh lemon shake-ups, perfect with any meal. Whether you're craving a classic Italian loaded Reuben or a warm bowl of soup, you'll find it here. Located at 24 East Walnut Street, we offer carry-out, delivery, and even office catering. Call 740-775-8624 today.
Integrity. It's a small word with a big meaning, and it's one we hold dear at Ross County Banking Center. That means we work hard every day to do what's right, even when no one's looking. We treat people the way we want to be treated, volunteer in our communities, and keep a watchful eye to safeguard our customers. At Ross County Banking Center, we strive to do that better every day. Find more information on our website, vcnbfamily.bank, or visit one of our physical locations. Member FDIC.
Back at Unioto High School, the home of the Shermans, the Redstreaks making the trip up north tonight. And again, Piketon starting off with 2 tough conference games, probably 2 of the top teams in Zane Trace and Unioto. But here against the Shermans tonight, looking at them and T-Fred, Luke Goulian, how many Goulians have played quarterback over the years?
At least 3 that I know of. When I first started teaching down there, Tyler was the quarterback. And then one of his sons, Levi, I broadcasted, and Levi was one, and now Luke's one. Yeah. So I know
did Tyler play for Morris?
Yes. Yeah, yes, he did. Yes,
obviously a football name around the Piketon area. Running backs, I saw there were several. Savage, Oliver, Lohr. Who do we look for tonight to carry a lot of the ball for the Redstreaks?
The rumor I've got is a couple of those guys are injured, and Oliver's going to get the start. Now, I don't know for sure, but that's the word I got, so we'll see.
And again, you were talking last week that threw a couple interceptions, but you were talking about that they really ran the ball pretty well against the Pioneers.
Yeah, they did, and I don't know. I mean, they got the ball deep, like on that one interception. It was a 90-yard pick 6. I mean, they're knocking on the door to score, and then next thing you know, they're going the other way with it. So I don't know. They just got to quit shooting themselves in the foot and just play a solid game.
On the Sherman side, again, and T-Fred gave you those stats, they've not really been challenged in their 4 wins. Opened up that big win easily at running clock down at Portsmouth on Thursday night. No problems last week with Huntington. And I'm telling you, Huntington's not a bad football team and just not as deep. I think Huntington's got 4 kids as good as anybody in the SVC. But talking a little bit to Coach, and he said one of the things that they did a good job with Hirsch, I believe, is the quarterback, Frankie, at the Huntington, and they did such a good job putting pressure on him that they couldn't get going. But again, not a lot of problems last week with Huntington as well, and here tonight meeting the Redstreaks. So Coach Hoops, a little bit unusual. Coach Hoops was a basketball guy all along, and then he switched over to football, and now football only, and I think that's quite unusual.
Yeah, it is, but
I think he's happy he did right now.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't know how he did it, to be honest with you.
I agree.
2 basketball and football as a varsity head coach. That's a tough pill to swallow, but he did a great job, and I think he just realized that his money's going to be with football right now.
No doubt about it. By the way, Piketon will be kicking off. Officials getting together at midfield. We are almost still a little time showing on the clock, but both teams, special teams, are out ready to get the kickoff, so officials will probably wait till the clock runs down. We've still got 1:30 showing on the clock. Great crowd on hand tonight.
Yes.
Certainly the Sherman side pretty well filled up, and the Piketon fans a little bit later coming, but they've started to fill pretty well over on the other side. Is this second away game for the Redstreaks?
Mm-hmm.
At home a couple times.
Yeah, they.
I was going to say Savage will be kicking off for.
Yeah, and that's another injury. Greg, sorry for the interruption. The Copus boy usually kicks off, and he's got a pretty good leg, but I think he's got a muscle strain or something in one of the legs, so I don't know what's up.
So Savage will be kicking off. Right now he's standing there waiting to get the football, but again, the officials, I think, are going to wait till the clock runs completely down all the way to 0 before they allow the Redstreaks to kick off. Redstreaks in their red pants and their normal silver helmets and the white jerseys. Love a team that has white jerseys and bright numbers that you can see.
Yes. I'm glad you said that because everybody rags me, Greg. Freddie, you can't see nothing. I said, you're right. I need something I can see.
Yeah, of course, the Shermans in the white pants with their purple jerseys, they trimmed in gold and their white numbers. Yeah, you know what I don't, when I say this, sometimes they'll have the military night, or sometimes the National Guard has that, and they have them wear the camouflage uniforms.
We've already had that at Piketon.
You cannot see the numbers on a camo. That's why they're camouflage.
That's exactly it, buddy. You said it. And I told him, I said, folks, if we call the guy the wrong name or whatever, sorry.
No doubt about that. Well, now we're ready to go. Savage will kick it off. Sherman's making sure he's not an onside kick. They got Zickafoos back deep. And also back deep, the freshman we were talking about, Braden Harsha, standing at about their 5. Glad to have you along. SVC football, week number 2 in conference play, and that hits one of the up people for Unioto, but they fall on it. I don't know whether it was a missed kick or I don't think it was onside, but 21 falls on a nice job by Jacob Renner. When you're one of those up people and they kick a line drive right at you, sometimes it'll ricochet, but Renner was able to fall on it. Unioto's got good field position.
Yes, sir. Going to start their own 44.
Again, Isaac Coy, the junior quarterback. Levi Beam will split out to the left. Also splitting out to the left is Jack Welsh. They slot right. Single running back to go with the pistol. That's Braden in the backfield with Coy. Coy going to throw first down. Looks like he wants to go deep down the middle, and nobody's there. Closest player was the Redstreaks, and that was number 24, the safety.
That's Shanks.
Trevin Shanks was the closest player to the ball, so.
That was the other Zickafoos I think he was throwing at.
Looked like.
Or 21. Maybe it was 21.
Looked like he was thinking it was going to be a post pattern, but the wide receiver never turned inside, but it'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Shermans. Again, starting out at their own 44. Zickafoos splits out wide to the right. Welsh comes left again, along with Beam. Single running back. Man in motion is Long. Now Long sets behind the left tackle. They'll run it straight ahead. Straight ahead 45, off a tackle up near the 50 at about 6 yards on the carry, I believe, is Cody Braden. Braden kind of stopped and read his blockers pretty well. It looked like he was going to get hit for 1 yard, but he gets up to the 50, give him 6, 2nd down and 4, or 3rd down and 4. Ball right at midfield, just underway. Finally, the shadow's starting to take effect on a warm evening here. One of the warmer evenings we've had for Friday night so far. Slot right formation, man in motion is Beam. Back to pass, quick out pattern, wide open Zickafoos, 45, down near the 40, driven out of bounds there by the Redstreaks. Leslie, is it Iman?
Iman Leslie, yes.
Iman Leslie drove him out of bounds with Zickafoos just down in a quick hitch pattern. 10-yard pickup to the 40. 1st down for the Shermans, just underway here at Unioto.
Well, Piketon's defense, Greg, has just got to kind of just maintain or contain. That's the best word I can come up with. And make them work down the field.
And when we go up any big plays. Coy stays in that pistol formation. Now Long in motion. Now he flanks to the left side. They put a man in motion, give it on a jet sweep. Around the left side, 35. Breaks outside to the 30. I believe that's Beam. Another tackle broken down to the 15 and out of bounds down around the 10-yard line. Levi Beam came in motion, got the pitch forward from the quarterback, and he got around the corner, then broke a couple tackles, and he winds up down around the 13-yard line, another 1st down.
Well, our corner contain was not there. They got stuck up in the inside, and once he got the edge, he almost went to the house.
At the 13. And they stay with pretty much the same formation. Zickafoos way outside to the right. Cody Braden now moves out. Now Cody moves back into the backfield, and they move 3 people over to the right side, including Long. Rolling to the right. Coy going to run it himself. Steps in at the 10, maybe falls to the 9, 3 or 4 yards. Pretty good tackle there.
Savage, I think.
Savage did a nice job catching up with him and bringing him down toward the Redstreaks. Give him, let's call it 4. 2nd down and 6. They are inside the 10-yard line. That was a straight run all the way for quarterback Isaac Coy. They're at the right hash mark. Sherman's on their first drive. Started out at their own 44. So Beam is slotted to the left. Welsh split to the left. Now they put Beam in motion, looking to throw one-on-one left side. Almost intercepted.
Penix.
Welsh stopped. Penix got a hand on it and almost picked it off.
Looked like a miscommunication again, like they did on the first passing route.
You're exactly right. Yeah, Welsh ran an in pattern, but he stopped, and the quarterback Coy led him. The receiver stopped, and again, right off the hands of Penix. So now 3rd down and 6 for Unioto. They've misconnected on a couple of passes. They did complete the one to Zickafoos. They got Welsh split to the left again, along with Levi Beam. Now straight ahead on the run, Coy breaks to his right, and he's going to be brought down. Now he breaks a tackle. Now Law loses back to the 11-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down.
That's Blanton and Savage.
Nice job by Blanton. Looked like Coy didn't have anywhere to go. He wanted to break back outside, but Blanton and Savage did a great job there. Now they've got a great kicker.
Yes, they do.
It's 4th down and 8 at the 12. It doesn't look like Unioto's going to kick the field goal. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, if you're Piketon, this is a big defensive play.
You keep him out of the end zone, it would be huge. Beam is slotted to the left, right off the left end. Wide out to the left is Welch. Man in motion, they swing a pass to the left side. Not a lot of room. Missed tackle. Now at the 6-yard line at the 5, fighting for yardage, but Piketon's going to hold him. Now they can get a 1st down, but I don't think he got it. One of the Unioto players says that we did get it. Sees where they give him forward progress just inside the 5, but they needed to get, I think, inside the 4.
That's what it looks like, Greg.
That was Braden, right? The running back, just a little swing pass. Looked like the Redstreaks were going to get him back at the 10. He broke one tackle and then was trying to bulldoze his way down the field for the 1st down. And that's going to be close. So we're going to bring out the chains and measure.
I'm going to say they're short by a football.
Now, you just said people at Piketon said you can't see.
I know. I'm trying to prove them wrong, big guy.
I thought he might be short as well. We'll see what happens. Stretch the chain out, and it's Piketon football. Yep. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Great job by the Redstreaks, and just as you were talking about earlier, that's a little bit of momentum. You come in here after losing last week. Sherman's marched down the field with a good field position, and you hold them out of the end zone, and that's got to be big for the Redstreaks. They're going to start deep in their own territory, but a great stop.
Well, we'll see if they go hurry-up offense, because I know they're known for that, and they really get after it. Once they get going, big guy, you'll have to put your speed dial on here.
Started at their 4-yard line.
And it is Oliver in the backfield.
Okay.
And, who's the other one? Savage?
Yep. Savage and Oliver in the backfield. Goulian standing right inside of his goal line. They'll hand it straight ahead to the 5, maybe out to the 6. About 7 purple jerseys pushing back. Trying to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Piketon pushes it out maybe 2 or 3 yards out across the 5, and it'll be 2nd down for the Redstreaks.
Now, offensively, Greg, if you're Piketon, you got to control the ball a little bit and keep it out of the offensive Uniotos.
Yeah, Unioto's such a threat to score offensively. You'd like to run some clock. Luke Goulian, 6 foot, 180-pound senior, calling the signals. Running backs on either side of him on 2nd down. And Goulian keeps it across the 5, maybe out to the 6 or 7. Looked like he had a hole, but closed up quickly by the Shermans.
Yes, it was.
It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Redstreaks. Right now, split out. It looks like one of their wide receivers is senior Noah Ross.
Yeah, Penix and Ross, Childers.
Yeah, Blanton looks like Blanton's out to the right. Now checking out of the lineup is Oliver.
I got a flag in the end zone there, Greg.
Wonder if they had too many men in the huddle.
That's probably it. Yep, you called it.
That doesn't help. Deep in your own territory. Go from the 6 back to the 3. So it'll be 3rd and long.
Trying to get all the receivers.
Yeah, they were trying to. Late getting off was Oliver. Direct snap back to Goulian. He wants to throw quick to the outside. Intercepted Unioto to the 5. Touchdown.
Oh, mercy.
Pick 6 out of the hands of the receiver. Right through the hands of Noah Ross. and intercepted by the Shermans.
It's Beam, I believe,
was
number
Beam?
12.
Yep, Beam with the interception. You know, that really wasn't Goulian's fault.
No.
Goulian made a good pass. It just went right through the hands. And fortunate for the Shermans, and I'll give Beam credit, he had to catch a ricochet off the hands of the receiver, but he caught it right about the 11 and takes it in for the interception and a quick score for the Shermans.
Yes, it was. And we've talked about the turnovers in the pregame. Not good.
Extra point kick is up by Liam Mathy, who's an excellent kicker, a senior, up and good. And we got timeout on the field, so the Shermans got stopped inside the 10 of Piketon, but come back with a pick 6. And they make it lead 7-0, 8:08 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
Looking for a job that works?
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Tonight, sometimes we used to do Waverly games, and more recently a lot of the Piketon games on one of our sister stations. Helping us out tonight, and just that you're talking about, that's something if you're Piketon, it was unlucky, but you can't let that happen.
Nope, and that's what we've seen the last couple of weeks, Greg. We just turnover bugs bit us, and it's played big. I mean, another score off a turnover.
Yeah, Ross, just put his hands where he knew it. Goulian threw it hard, but it went right through his hands, kicked off his hands, and right into the hands of the defender for Unioto. He only had like 11 or 12 yards to go. Short kick up to the 19. Piketon returns it out to the 20. Leslie across the 25, out to the 30, 32-yard line. Hyman Leslie with a pretty good return and a little better field position for the Redstreaks. Going to start this time at their 31 or 32-yard line.
Hey, while I got a chance, I'm going to holler a shout out to old Jaron Cox. He's a good old boy, and he does a great job. You guys did last year. I listened to you on the way home from my games. You guys were on a scoreboard show, and I had a blast listening to you guys, but we wish him well. Everything's good.
I didn't talk to him this week. Yeah, he was supposed to have some minor surgery, but I don't know. If we work out together, we might just fire Jaron, but then they won't know what to do.
Send him to Piketon.
Send him to Piketon.
Yeah. Got the two old veterans playing. Look at this.
Wow.
Another drop.
Same receiver that time. That was just a quick hitch pattern out to Ross, and he couldn't hang on. Blanton was in front of him. It was a quick bubble screen, but they dropped the pass. Second down and 10.
Yep.
Luke Goulian comes back. Again, Piketon, as T-Fred mentioned, they don't really go in a huddle. They come right back to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers left, to the right, single running back with Goulian. Looks like Unioto wanted to blitz, and now we got a flag, and somebody moved too quick on the Redstreak side.
I think it was the receiver core down here at the bottom.
Number 75.
That's Conkle and Childers are on the bottom, and Blanton and Ross are on the top.
Over the left tackle, I see Bo Henry. I saw Bo play. I did a couple of games of basketball last year. Yeah. He's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, he's a big cat.
He is a big cat, no doubt about it. Man's that left-sided tackle. Now Blanton comes to the right, two receivers out to the left. Again, one running back in the pistols. Luke Goulian calls signals. 2nd and 14. Not too much running room as 4 or 5 purple jerseys quickly close up the hole in an off-tackle play. That was Savage on the carry. And Savage got a couple of yards back, but it's going to be 3rd and long for Piketon. Inside their own 30, about 3rd and 14.
Yeah, see, you can't do this as an offense, Greg. Now they're thinking pass right now. And so they can blitz. They can they can do all kinds of things right now.
What the Shermans do, they almost have 3 inside linebackers. I think they like to send 1, send 2, they move them around a lot for those, almost a 4-4.
There's nobody back.
No safeties back. Goulian wants to throw, looks, throws long, got a man. That might be interference. It looked like the defender grabbed him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that impeded the receiver. That was Blanton.
Yes.
And to be truthful, I thought that Micah Strange, who was a defensive back, got beat on the first move, and he hooked him, and official right there didn't make the call. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I agree, Greg, because he had him beat, and that was the right play call, too.
Yeah, Luca did a nice job of pump fake. When he pump faked it, the defensive man, Strange, came up, and then when Blanton ran by him, he reached out with his arm and grabbed him, and that, of course, threw the timing off, but no call. 4th down. Piketon will be forced to punt.
That's Connor Daniels.
Is he the normal punter?
Yes.
So Daniels will punt. And now a whistle. What's going on?
It might have been play clock.
Dead ball. Delay game.
Yep.
Offense.
I just looked up and seen a 0 on the clock, so I just guessed.
Still 4th down.
Well, that'll move you back 5 more yards. Zickafoos back, and he can take it to the house very quickly. Zickafoos back deep along with Beam, who already has the touchdown on the interception tonight. Levi is a junior, I believe. Yeah, Zickafoos, Jackson, and Judah both are seniors. Zickafoos, a good baseball player. I think he's a shortstop. I thought I saw him play shortstop last year.
Yes, sir.
But Daniels back to punt. He's standing inside his 10. And he gets it away, almost blocked. High floating punt coming near midfield. Grabbed by Zickafoos to 50 and hit immediately. Tries to break a tackle. Does break a tackle. Goes to the other side of the field to the 45. Piketon 40. Piketon 35. And finally driven out of bounds inside the Piketon 30-yard line. They had him down, and he came out of the pile. And another great field position for Unioto off that return of about 25 yards for Zickafoos.
10 yards from the spot.
Another flag 10 yards from the spot. I don't know. I'm thinking it's against Unioto.
When he reversed his field, they might have got a lock in the back after he was far on the Unioto side, on our side of the field, and then reversed his field to the far side. It is a illegal block on the Shermans. Bring it back to the 37, so the Shermans will start at the Piketon 37. Leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. Still 6:50 to play in the first period. Real quickly, our game tonight brought to you by Tomlinson Insurance, your local McDonald's restaurants, Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwald Lawn and Landscaping, The Lunchbox, Recreations, Kingston National Bank, and Monroe's Collision. We'll mention in a minute again, we're simulcasting tonight, so we'll get next time, if I remember, we'll have T-Fred make sure to remind you who's bringing you football on the Piketon side year long. Oh, we're ready to go from the 37. Unioto leading 7-0. Their defense scoring their only touchdown on a pick 6. Boy, quick pass over the middle. Zickafoos open to the 30, breaks a tackle. Now he's brought down at the 30. Broke one, tried to break back to the outside, but he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 on a quick look-in pattern to Zickafoos. Mark it at the 3rd, give him 7 yards, so 2nd down and 3. Next week we plan on being at Zane Trace. It'll be only the 2nd time we've seen the Pioneers. We had them week 1, and they'll be hosting Westfall next week. Looks like Piketon wants to blitz. They'll bring in a lot of people in, and a quick run by the quarterback, and maybe got to 3 yards. Nice tackle quickly by Day. Kendon Day come in to make the stop, and he is shy of the 1st down. Piketon that time looked like they brought back a couple of people. They had like 7 people in line of scrimmage, made the quick tackle. It's 3rd and short.
Well, I can already see that's one change they made from last week to this week, Gray. They got more people up front.
You say Zane Trace ran real well against them last week.
Yes, it did.
Zane Trace has a couple outstanding running backs. 3rd and short. Coy calls signals, gives it to Braden straight ahead, hit quickly, but I think he's going to be able to fall forward.
Scott, I believe, 45 for Piketon.
Cody Braden will pick up the 1st down around the 26-yard line. Picked up about 3, so it should be a new set of downs for the Shermans, leading 7-0 here in the first quarter.
First down, Sherman.
Well, they send Welsh, Beam, and Zickafoos trips to the right side. 3 receivers out there. Only a tight end on the left side. And Braden back in the backfield with Coy. Coy wants to throw, looks, throws across the middle, high and incomplete.
Oh, be careful with that.
Nice job, Piketon, helping the intended receiver was Welsh again. Welsh had to go up in the air. Took a pretty good hit, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. So far, Coy's been a little off on a couple of passes. Of course, a couple times the receiver, I'm not sure, ran the right pattern, but so the Shermans have not connected a couple times on passes. They ran a nice little swing pass, and here on this drive, they had a quick look-in pass for about 8 yards to Zickafoos. Now they face 2nd down and 10. Cody Braden back in the backfield. Man in motion is Beam. Braden will carry it, hit into backfield, pulled down into backfield. That's Savage has got him, and no gain as they blow the whistle.
And they should have let him go.
Yeah, he was stopped, and a late call. And that's a tough call in Piketon.
It is.
They had him stopped. They were pushing him backwards, and right about the time the whistle blew, Braden kind of, I think Cody sold it pretty well, but because he jumped up in the air and threw his arms in the air, and then the official threw the flag. So, again, you hear the whistle, you got to let go, but I think a tough call on the Redstreaks. They had stuffed him. It was going to be about 3rd and long, and now they mark off for personal foul.
Big 15 there, buddy.
And so they outside the 30, so they'll get the full 15, not half the distance. And they mark it down to the 15-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Shermans. What a great play by Savage. He had him 5 yards deep in the backfield.
Yep.
And now Piketon jumps off sides. A little bit quick on that was Scott.
Yeah, that's the problem we've had the last couple of weeks. It seems like when it rains, it starts pouring.
Yeah.
They've already got
You'd have
4
to,
penalties.
and again, I'm not even seeing a quarter yet. But from what you're telling me, and already seen 3 or 4 things, this is a better team than what they're playing. And again, they're just mistakes here and there, and especially you can't do it against a team like Unioto.
Got it.
1st down and 5 after the 5-yard mark off. Long goes in motion, comes back, resets, now goes in motion again. Coy being pressured, rolls to his right, throws it deep in the right corner of the end zone. As it intercepted inside the end zone, it was.
Yes, it was. Shanks.
Great interception. And again, T-Fred, there was no purple jersey where he threw the ball, only white jersey.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looked like the only guy out there was 24.
So Piketon picks up the interception. Again, they had a goal line stand, stopped the Shermans' first drive at the 4-yard line. And the only score for the Shermans came on a tipped interception pick 6 by Beam for the Shermans. And now this time they had 1st and 5 inside at the 15. And throw the interception. Goulian throws to the outside and dropped again. Good quick coverage. That time it was Blanton trying to pull it in.
Oh, boy.
First, the Redstreaks start at the 20. The interception by Shanks was in the end zone, so they bring it out to the 20. Now 2nd and 10. We got a Redstreak down on the field. They'll come out and take care of him. We got a timeout on the field. Sherman's lead at 7-0. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back in 30 seconds.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need a quick mow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Driveway full of snow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald 740.
This has worked out great, and again, I didn't see the Redstreak player down on the field.
I didn't either, Greg.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Our receivers need to start catching the ball. I was always
It's 3 or
taught.
4, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, 4. They, if you get your hands on it, I was taught if your hands get on it, it needs to be caught.
A couple of those have been a quick out or almost a bubble screen. That was a little more of just a quick out pattern. Almost looked like that time the receiver tried to catch it and take off before he had possession. A couple of the Red Streak players coming out, so they're going to help the player off the field. Again, week 2 of the SVC. Finally, the sun going down and starting to cool off a little bit. Again, pretty warm. Had those nice cool nights to start the season. I was still waiting to see which one of the Piketon players down on that play. Again, it was an incomplete pass. 4:25 to play in the first quarter. Yeah, T-Fred, why don't you?
Home, People's Bank, Valley and Builder Supplies, and Ohio Valley Bank.
Out 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single running back off the right hip of Luke Gullion. Gullion second down and 10. Puts the man in motion. They'll hand it to the man in motion. Move up to near the 20, and 4 or 5 purple jerseys quickly close in. One of those being Long on the tackle. Also helping out on the stop was Jack Weingartner.
That was Blanton on the carry.
Loss of a yard, make 3rd and 11. So Piketon does not have a first down yet, I don't believe.
No.
4 minutes to play first quarter. So now Luke Gullion in the backfield. The quarterback wants to throw, looks, throws to the left side. Got a man open to 25, tries to break the tackle. Not going to get to first down, but that time they connect. And a nice job receiving the football over there by the Red Streaks, shy of the first down. I think it might have been Childers. Childers, I'm sorry.
I couldn't tell what number
it was.
it was.
15 or 18. Might have been Blanton on the far side.
I think it was Blanton.
Now 4th down. Well, right now they're not in punt formation. Oliver's back in the backfield along with Gullion. 4th and 3. You're going to go for it deep in your own territory, but you're up 7-0. Maybe they're going to try to draw Unioto off sides. Yeah. Nobody back for Unioto, of course, because nobody in punt formation. It looks like Gullion's trying to yell out signals to get a jump. It doesn't happen, and now it looks like Piketon will call the timeout, and probably decide to punt the football. Timeout on the field. Unioto up 7-0, and you're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week on WXIZ.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it.
Punt the football. So Daniels back in to punt it. And again, Beam and Zekafus back deep for the Shermans. They do send 2 people back. So Daniels standing inside his 15. And they snap to the short man, and he's going to be stuffed and not get it. So Piketon gambled, and now maybe a loose football after that.
Loose.
So they hiked it to the short man. I believe it was Oliver. Yeah. Oliver tried to go off the left guard, left tackle. Unioto was waiting for it, stuffed it, and also Oliver lost the football and picked up by Unioto. And the end result is Unioto, who can't seem to get in the end zone, even though they've started drives at the 44 of their own 44.
Well,
and the 37 of Piketon. This time they're going to start at the 15.
Well, you said it, Greg. They haven't been getting in there, so why take that risk right there and giving the ball on the 15-yard line?
I was surprised they did. But right now the defense for the Red Streaks really showing up. Unioto haven't been able to get in the end zone, having been in the red zone 3 times now. Handoff, Braden straight ahead. Got pretty good running room off the left side. And maybe Coach Hoops and their offense is going to say, you know what, passing hasn't gone well for us tonight. We've thrown an interception. We've turned it over, and let's give it to Braden, see if we use that big line to run behind, and they pick up 5 on first down.
Yeah, they ran up ball well, blocked it well, and Redstreak didn't touch it until after 4 or 5 yards there.
Cody Braden on the carry. He's senior 210. He's back there again behind Isaac Coy. Right now he's behind him in the pistol formation. Man in motion, and they give it on the end around to Beam. 10. Beam cuts back inside. Nice hit by one of the Redstreaks. And I think it's going to be a first down, but not a touchdown.
A flag.
Wow.
Holding.
You know, remember that hit. We give away our Monroe's collision of the game, and I thought Shanks really came up and made a big hit that time. It would be a first down, but it's going to be brought back. It'll be second down over again, holding the call against the Shermans, and it'll move them back. You know, they started out this drive at the 15, and now they're back at their own 20 on second down. They need to get down around the 5 for a first down. Second and 15. Again, they've had a couple completions, but their timing and a lot of their passes have been a little bit off tonight. Now Long moves in motion behind the right guard. And they're going to run it to Braden. Breaks a tackle at the 20, back to the 15. Nice tackle down at the 14. Picked up maybe 6. Going to be third down.
That's Shanks.
That's Shanks again. Boy, Shanks is doing a nice job.
Yeah, and he's a little bit banged up himself.
Move it to just inside the 15. Third down. That's right where they started the drive, but now third down. You know what? If they don't, I think they may kick a field goal here.
I was just going to ask you. You think they'll try the kicker this time instead of going for it?
Now we'll see what happens, but they've gotten stopped in the red zone. This would be the third time tonight for the Shermans being stopped. Long flanker, man in motion, Beam. Fakes, rolls to the left. Coy's going to keep it. Got some room.
There.
Nobody there. 10. Coy to the 5. Hit, falls forward, and I think he's going to hit right at the goal line.
That's Shanks again.
Shy of the first down. You know, I've got a whole bunch of T-shirts. I might have to give 3 of them to Shanks. That's a nice. Wow.
They shot themselves in the foot again. Well, I wonder why nobody was out there. He was being held, apparently.
They ran a lot of motion to the right, faked Braden to the right, and then Coy kept it to the left. And T-Fred, you were right. When he broke the corner, there was nobody there for Piketon.
Well, but I've seen it. We've had trouble containment on the outside all season long. We just got to learn to turn that thing up in.
Now it's third and long. We're back at the 25 again. They got to get down to the 5. So third and 20 for the Redstreaks. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Piketon trailing 7-0. A pick 6 for the Shermans, the only score. Coy wants to throw. Third down. Looking. Rolls to his left. Buys time. Looking. Throws it in the deep corner of the end zone. And
out of bounds.
I think he came down out of bounds. Great catch by Zickafoos, I believe.
It was, yeah, Zickafoos. Great catch, but to no avail.
Good coverage by the Redstreaks, and nice job. Coy put it right on the out-of-bounds line about 5 yards deep in the end zone, but Zickafoos caught it, couldn't get his feet down, and now we'll see what happens if Unioto decides, and I think they will, attempt a field goal.
It's going to be a 41-yarder, 42.
And, again, there was nobody rushing, but in the pregame, I seen Matthew make him from 45 pretty easily. This will be 43 yards on the field goal attempt for Liam Matthew. Snap is good. Ball is down. Matthew kicks it, and it is up. It's got enough distance, and it is good. Well, that's quite a weapon. Let's call it 42-yard field goal for Liam Matthew. And, gets on the board with that drive after getting the stop on fourth down. And 19 seconds remain. Let's just keep it right here since we're almost the end of the quarter. 19 seconds remain. 10-0 Unioto. Boy, Piketon's had their back right by the goalpost in their own goal line time after time, and they've done a really nice job defensively.
Yeah, defense has played real well tonight. Kudos to Coach Rockwell. But we got to get something going on offense because we haven't done a whole lot. Like you said, no first downs for the Redstreaks, 5 for the Tanks unofficially.
So this will be the final, well, maybe not, 19 seconds, see how long the kickoff takes. But T. Fred, exactly right. Piketon, great job defensively. 3 times Unioto has been in the red zone, and they've come away with only that field goal. Their only score after they got stopped on 4 downs, they wound up picking up an interception, a pick 6 from 12 yards out. So Piketon has stopped them repeatedly defensively down there, but Sherman still lead at 10-0, almost the end of the quarter, and Matthew this time is going to kick it deep all the way down to the 4-yard line. Redstreaks bring it out to the 20, break tackle, get to the right side, down the sidelines and out of bounds near the 30. 18 Blanton, I believe, on the return. Nice return, made a couple nice moves, pretty good field position. See where he stepped out. They're going to mark it at the 32 of Piketon. Still 12.8, so unless it's a pass, one more play, we end the first quarter. And again, the Shermans on top, 10-0.
You know, Greg, I was looking over there on the sideline to see who was sitting. They set that person down, but I don't see anybody over there.
I didn't either.
So I have no clue who was banged up on that play.
So Goulian back at quarterback. We'll check and see if that's Oliver or Savage beside him on first down from the 31. Quick pass to the outside and another drop for the Redstreaks.
That was Childers.
So it is Savage. So I was worried that Savage was not the injured player. He's back in there at the back, and we will have another play. So Childers that time couldn't hang on to it. Another just a quick out pattern. And
they use that a lot, Greg. And matter of fact, in my opinion, I don't know anything, but I think they use it too much.
Tough to run. They haven't ran the ball inside real well so far, but they haven't had a lot of attempt. They do this time. Maybe 4. Nice fighting. Maybe that Savage has got 4 yards out to the 35, and that should end the first quarter. So positive pickup on that carry for Piketon, and we find the end of the first quarter. After 1 here at Unioto, Sherman's 10, the Redstreaks nothing. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back after this 1-minute timeout.
When we lose a
Oh, my mower won't start. I know what to do. Take it to Matheny's Small Engine Repair, located on Savageville School Road in between Jackson and Chillicothe. Matheny's is now an official Encore dealer with both new commercial and residential models on display. They'll get you up and mowing.
The Lunchbox in Chillicothe, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. Enjoy all-day breakfast, fresh lemonade shake-ups, and a big menu for a small space. Visit us at 24 East Water Street or call 740-775-8624. Delivery, dine-in, and carry-out are available.
97 North Park Drive in Chillicothe. Call 740-663-7023.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
3rd and 6 for the Redstreaks. Goulian's going to run it himself, cut inside. He's got 3 pushes forward and near the first down. Nice run by Goulian. Found a little crease and then was able to use his strength to fall forward, and that's right at the first down marker.
Now, I might go for this because they don't have that far to go.
Right. Yeah, they went for it the last time deep in their own territory and lined up in punt formation, hiked it to the short man, and Unioto stopped it, wound up getting the ball to 15 at Piketon. But all they got out of it was a field goal. But you're right, this time they're looking at it.
What do you think?
Well,
I'm going to say short.
I think it's short, just like the last one was for the Shermans. They bring the chains out.
No, first down.
Get it by the point of the football.
Yes,
it is first down, Redstreaks. Their first down of the game.
Well, told you I was blind. Got one right, one wrong.
That was close. Just the point of the football, touching the 42. So Piketon gets that first down. And again, if you joined us late, Unioto has been deep in Piketon territory 3 times. Only have 10 points, and 7 of those are on interceptions. So their offense has only managed 3 points, but that's Piketon's first down. So even though they've played great defensively, they've not been able to move the ball. Goulian, quick out into the left flat, and quick hit for the Shermans. Pickup of maybe 3 or 4 yards. Complete to Blanton. was a nice
number
3
5.
or 4. Yeah, number 5 is the guy Weingartner came up and made a nice hit.
Yeah, and he's a safety, Greg, and he flew up to the ball.
Short pickup. That time Goulian rolled to the left. They had a man down maybe 7-8 yards and out, and that was a short man in the flat. They were able to connect, but Unioto did a great job coming up to fill in very quickly, only allowed 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Looks like Unioto might be lined up off sides here. Goulian looking, throws, batted down. That'll be an incomplete pass.
I think it was 86.
We have to get our lights turned on here to help me out. I believe that was Daquan James that knocked it down. Also over there defensively was Luke Howard for the Shermans on the defensive end spot.
Which one of them? As soon as we get a dead ball, I'll turn on the lights.
Alrighty.
There's 3 switches. I wonder which one it is.
Just take a guess.
A turn. 22's in the game for Piketon. I don't know. That's one I've hardly ever called.
Tyler Atkins, running back. Atkins.
Got him a tight end right now.
3rd down and 8. Redstreaks. Goulian looking. Now he's going to scramble. Rolls to his right. Sherman's putting on pressure. Throws to the sideline, intended for Blanton. Unioto, good job defensively. Started coming up with a lot of pressure. They had good coverage over there. Beam, who has that pick 6, and Zikafus moved over for the coverage. And 4th down now and 8 for Piketon. So they get a 1st down, but now face 4th and 8. Only down 10-0, despite only 1 first down. So would assume they would punt it this time again.
I've got Goulian 2 for 9 with 2 completions at 10 yards. That's unofficial.
So Piketon sending in another lineman here. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. And again back to punt. Well, they go for the quick snap, and now the official.
Delay a game again.
Dead ball. Delay a game.
Yeah, that's 32 Sammy Struckle.
Yeah.
So Struckle will punt the football. He was late coming in.
Well, Connor Daniels is 30, so I don't know if he's hurt.
So normally Daniels is the punter, right?
That is Struckle.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe he kicked the other ones. I don't know. 22 is Ben Taylor. So that's a switch of the jersey number. I just got the confirmation.
Okay.
I'll make a note of that. That is Struckle.
Struckle moves
Watch
forward
out.
and
Coming
Struckle
right at us.
punts it into the press box almost. He had some pressure.
There's a flag, roughing the kicker.
And that's.
Running into the kicker. A 5-yard penalty.
Well, you know, it's not going to give him a first down, but that punt.
It would have been
that punt was negative yardage.
Yes, it was. Bless his heart, he's a freshman.
He had those guys coming after him, and he punted it. It looked like one of my drives in golf. It went straight left. And I thought it was going to come in the press box.
I'll tell you. I said it's coming right at us. But
so they mark it off. It'll still be 4th down, but they'll give Piketon a chance.
If they want to. Fares a little better on this one.
Yeah, 4th down and certainly a lot better now. 4th at about 7. They don't have a punter in the game, and maybe Coach Goulian said, you know what?
He's going to go for it.
We can't punt the ball. Let's just go for it.
They are going for it.
So 4th and 7, the ball just shy of the 45-yard line, and now officials stepping in. We're having a conversation here.
The Stripes are talking it over. Well, apparently nothing.
Yeah, I know. I thought they were going to come over and talk to Coach Hoops, who's asking a question. Now 4th and 7. Now we're ready to go. The ball at the 45. Piketon will line up and go for it. They went for it earlier on 4th down. It was a fake punt. Did not make it. Man in motion. Goulian snaps, looks to throw. Looks over the middle. Got a man complete. First down inside the Unioto 40.
Connor Daniels.
So we're just talking about Connor Daniels not punting, and he goes to tight end, falls in, comes up, and they pick up 10, 15, about 17 on the pass play, and a first down, second first down of the night. So that punt by Struckle that went into almost into the crowd, but the running into the kicker gave Piketon another chance. They go for it and get a first down. Nice job, Goulian. First man through, and Savage on the carry. Be pulled down hardly maybe a yard.
22 on the stop for Tanks. Howard, is that who it was?
Yeah, it was Howard. Plays, I think, defensive end. So first down, or second down now for the Red Streaks. Savage on it. He's giving him a yard. Call it second down and 9. Savage stays back in the backfield with Luke Goulian. And you know, with their 4-man front, those 3 linebackers, they push the safety up pretty far also on second and 9. Goulian now wants to call timeout. So timeout on the field. Piketon with the football. They're trailing 10-0. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Our employees certainly.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chillicothe or Waverly McDonald's or McHire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
We are back. Greg Bigham, T. Fred with me tonight, normally on the Piketon broadcast, and we ask him to join us tonight. Again, Jaron Cox, my normal partner, I think having a little surgery, so hopefully we'll have him back next week for our game with Westfall at Zane Trace. So Piketon second down and 9. Goulian looks to throw. Quick out pattern, right side, got a man at the 31 and pulled down immediately, shy of the first down. But now they're starting to make connections, and I think that was Blanton again, and Blanton's starting to be his favorite receiver on the outside.
Yeah, he normally is.
Okay. So Blanton made the catch. 3rd and 3.
He's shot at Blanton 7 times tonight with 3 completions.
Ross will come out to the left side. I believe Blanton is out here as well. Goulian on 3rd and a long 3. Check that. Blanton's still on the right side split. Savage in the backfield, right off the right hip of Goulian. Goulian runs it himself, right side, a little bit of room, 30, 29. Breaks the tackle, first down, Red Streaks, and a nice run by Luke Goulian.
That's a late hit out of bounds.
The penalty on the Shermans after Goulian was already out of bounds going to help Piketon. You know, Piketon gets this in the end zone. It's probably a 10-7 game. We're not sure about Piketon's kicker.
That's what I saw was a late hit, but
I think you're right. Perhaps correct on that. So it will be inside, it will be half the distance, I believe. It's about the 23. Should take it down to around the 11 or 12 yard line.
Defense number 57. That's half the distance to the goal. First down.
Penalty called on Bryce Jarvis for a late hit. Half the distance. And Unioto wants to call timeout. You know, our game tonight being brought to you by Thomason Insurance. Of course, the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants. By the Ross County Banking Center. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing. By Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. By the Lunchbox. By Recreations, the Kingston National Bank, and Monroe's Collision. Each and every week we try to remember to have a Monroe's Collision of the game. Well, tonight we got Shanks of Piketon, who had about 3 in a row down there around the goal line from his defensive back position.
I got a text from one of the faithful fans. My sidekick, Mr. Brett, says Bo Henry has a knee injury.
Okay.
That's who they took off.
Well, that's a big loss for.
Yeah, I haven't seen him sitting down anywhere. I don't know if he's still over there.
Appreciate that from Brett, because we could not see. And then they may have taken him back to the locker room.
Yes.
I'm like you, I didn't see anybody. But Bo Henry, big guy, senior, all-around great athlete at Piketon. Pretty solid basketball player. I got to see him last year. So we're 1st and 10 after that mark-off against Unioto for the roughing. Now Goulian's going to run straight ahead. Picks up a few yards. Line of scrimmage is about the 14. He got maybe down to the 12 or 11 or 12. Second down, Red Streaks. They can get a first down. And we're down to 8:33 to play until halftime. It's 10-0 Unioto on top.
Well, it hasn't been pretty, Greg, but Piketon has slowed the offense down of Unioto, and they're taking a lot of time when they have the ball, at least here in the second quarter.
Certainly have able to pick up a couple of first downs on this drive. Now, Goulian has 2 running backs. Unioto looks like they're going to blitz. They've got about 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage. Now they back off a bit. Goulian takes his time. 2nd and 7. Goulian runs by himself. That might have been a mix-up. Everybody went to the left. Goulian went to the right, and he's smothered by about 5 purple jerseys. Almost think that was a mix-up because it looked like Luke was all by himself. Everybody else was coming the other way.
Yeah, must have been student body left. He went student body right. That's the worst feeling in the world.
That wasn't a naked bootleg, but it was naked because there was nobody out there with him.
That's right. I would say this is 2 down territory.
They lose the yardage back to make it 3rd and 10 again. Can get a first down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Goulian looks to throw, wants to go right. Sideline pattern, caught. Fighting for yardage, brought down over there on the tackle was Strange, made the stop. And was that Blanton again?
I'm looking. Yeah. No, Childers.
Okay, nice job by
I
Childers.
can't see this.
Well, it's the far side, and it's hard to see way over there.
Yeah.
Now it's 4th down, 4th and 2 for the Redstreaks. They go in a hurry. 4th down, Goulian runs it himself. Breaks to the outside, hit, and I don't think he made it. Great defense by the Redstreak, or by the Shermans, and that was Zickafoos coming up.
Yep.
Their safeties come up real quick, Reed. You got to come up in a sure tackle. It looked like Luke was going to be able to get to the outside, get the first down, but Unioto closed in a hurry. So both teams have been stopped inside the 10-yard line trying to get into the end zone and turned it over on downs tonight. Well, the Piketon could have used the touchdown there, but now their defense has to take over.
Well, they cannot get a big play here with 6:44 to go in the half. In the last couple of weeks, unfortunately, that's what's happened. So if they can stay away from that, it's been a good half.
I'm going to say at their own 7 for the Shermans. 6:44 to play until halftime. Coy calls signals. Coy will hand it off. There's some running room to the 10, out to the 15, breaks a tackle to the 20. Now from behind, pulled down from behind is Braden on the carry. Tackle made by Noah Ross. Well, when Braden got the ball, there was a hole big enough to drive a truck through there, but Piketon closed quickly, but still good yardage. First down, Shermans bring it out to the 23, out from under the shadow of their own goal post after stopping Piketon on 4th down inside the 10-yard line, and now they come out with a brand new set of downs with 6:20 to play till halftime. Coy, Bream in motion. There's Braden again. 5, 6, breaks the tackle, falls backward across the 30. Now the running game, last 2 plays for Cody Braden has really opened up. He picked up about 15 on the first carry, and then he gets about 7 more there. So all quickly out to the 30-yard line.
Yes, sir. Man, if you're Piketon, you can't give up any points.
You'd love to at least get to halftime, only down 10-0. Moving around to the right side is Renner.
Same guy.
Same Braden. He's 35. 40. He's loose. He's out to the 50. Can they catch him? 40, 30, down to the 20, and he breaks another tackle to the 5, and he's in for a touchdown. Piketon had an angle on him at about the 15, but they tried to go shoulder to shoulder. Braden's too strong. He just busted off that tackle and touchdown.
70 yards.
Was that 70? And that's the kind of play you were talking about that Piketon couldn't afford. They kept the ball, drove it down the field, 4th down and short, didn't make it, and boom, 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 Braden, and a touchdown.
Well, the corner on this side he had no idea. And I said we've had trouble on the edge, and we showed it right there.
Yeah, once he got to the edge. Extra point attempt by Matthew is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. First offensive touchdown for the Shermans tonight with 5.5 to play until halftime. Unioto 17, Piketon nothing. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
So just what we were talking about, Piketon had hung so tough, and that was unofficially, I have it as a 93-yard drive, and I think it was Braden ran every time, didn't he, Jay? I believe, in that touchdown run of 70 yards. Yeah, he ran it to the 23, 23 to the 30, and then 30 to the end zone. So.
Yep.
So,
and they even had 2 or 3 guys he bounced off of the last 10
yeah,
yards.
Yeah, Piketon had a perfect angle on him, and I thought they were going to get him out of bounds at 20 or 15. And it was shoulder to shoulder, and that kick's going to bounce into the end zone, so Piketon will bring it out. To bring it out to the 20, where they'll have it 1st and 10, now down 17-0. First big play of the night for the Shermans offense.
Yep.
No doubt about it. And
well, you got to be kicking yourself if you're the D coordinator for Piketon, because they've played pretty good.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
To just give up that play. I mean, it was just, that should have never happened, but it did. So kudos to Unioto and the runner, Braden. He's a good back. He's strong.
Yeah, it was a pretty big hole. He kind of bounced off a tackle after that first 6 or 7 yards. Then he broke to the outside, and he was gone. And then Piketon had 2 guys coming from their deep safety, but they tried to go shoulder to shoulder. He was just too strong. He bounced right off of him. He took it in. Gillian wants to go long. Got a man open. Just overthrown it to 50. Deep down the middle.
That's Blanton, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Blanton. First time Gillian has tried to go deep tonight. As we talked, a lot of his passes have been to quick, almost bubble screens, quick hitch patterns to the outside. A couple that he threw down a little deeper, 7 to the 8 yard out pattern. But that one deep down over the middle. Wasn't real wide open, but at least Gillian put it where only his man could maybe get a hand on it, not the defender. Now a late substitution for the Redstreaks will bring it all the way over. I believe that's Leslie coming in, if I got that right. Gillian hands it off straight ahead, 5, 10 yards, close to 10 yards on the carry out to the 30 from the 20. Savage. We'll see where he got knocked down. They're going to say he was knocked down between the 29 and 30. It's going to be 3.5 yards. Savage made a nice cut there.
Yes, he did. I will say he's looked a lot better throwing the ball tonight. He's been on target. They've dropped several passes, so kudos to Luke.
Now it's 3rd and short. Now Gillian is 6 yards deep in that pistol. He's going to run it himself straight ahead, and I didn't get it. You know, but everybody runs it. You know, not many quarterbacks go under center.
No.
But, man, when you only got a yard or two to a yard, less than a yard, and you hike it 7 yards deep to your quarterback, I think it's to your disadvantage a lot of times.
They gave him a first down on that.
Holy cow.
I'm with you. I'm sorry. I didn't see that at all. Because I was just getting ready to say what you just said.
Yes.
You're running for 1 yard, and you're actually running 7 yards to get 1.
No doubt about it. I did not see it. Yep. Piketon will take it. First down. They gave him forward progress. Gillian wants to throw across the middle and intercepted.
I think it hit the ground.
Officials will discuss it.
Nobody knows. I think it's incomplete.
Unioto said they got it with the football, saying he got the interceptions. Judah Zikafus.
Well, it got tipped at the line. I know that.
Piketon's changing teams. Yeah, I'm not sure any of the official had a good look at it. Zikafus was adamant that he intercepted it, and J. Fred's right. He got tipped in the air and an interception.
Now, was that the other Zikafus, 25?
Yes, it was. Yes,
that
it was.
What's
Judah.
Judah. Okay, that's right. You said that. Well, another big turnover.
Unioto, who's kind of been in Piketon territory all night long, will start this at the 33. And they'll run it to the right side.
There he is
Braden again, 25,
Yeah,
22, maybe to the 21.
I think it's a hold this time, big guy.
Right in the middle of that pile, there's pick up the yellow hanky. Unioto walking back towards their huddle, and I think it's going to be a penalty against the Shermans. And J. Fred had it exactly right, holding against Unioto. They've had several of those tonight.
That's 5 in the first half for them, 4 for Pike tonight. Figured up the yards. Let's see, 10, 20, 30. 55. 5 for 55 for the Tanks. So unofficial.
Hoops wouldn't be happy about that. They lead at 17-0, but not been a real smooth game. Braden was able to break that 70-yard run moments ago to give the Shermans their first offensive touchdown. That was another good run, but brought back by a holding. Isaac Coy, man in motion is Long. Looking, now he wants to throw, sending a man deep, throws it in the flat to Zicafus to the 40 and steps out of bounds inside the Piketon 40. Running him out of bounds for the Redstreaks, Noah Ross. So they get some of that yardage back. It'll bring back now second down at about 15 for Unioto, down under 3.5 while the clock stopped. Zicafus out of bounds. 3:33 left of the halftime. Unioto leads at 17-0. A 42-yard field goal, a 12-yard pick six for the Shermans. And then a touchdown moments ago on a 70-yard run by Cody Braden. And they're hunting another score, trying to overcome that holding penalty. Piketon wants to bring a lot of people. They come with the blitz. Chasing throw to the outside. Wide open is Long. 30. Runs over a man at the 25 and down to the 23. And that's very near first down.
Oh, yeah. Penix took the blunt of that punishment, but at least he hung on
put it
enough
in
to
there.
get him down.
That's right. Yeah, Long's pretty big. Long is listed at 205, and boy, Penix took a little punishment. By golly, he stuck in there and got the guy down. And it'll be shy. Well, they got first down over, but they didn't move the chains. Not sure now.
I'm with you.
Yeah, somebody in the chains didn't get the right down marked. Now they got second down, but it should be third down.
Should be third, yes.
And now they're going to measure.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, Piketon coaching staff's got their hands like, what's going on?
I'm going to say they're short.
That was a nice job by Isaac Coy. He had a lot of pressure from the blitz. He sprinted out to his right, and about 6 yards down in the flat was Long, and he was wide open, caught the ball, and then had a full head of steam to bowl forward for what's close to a first down.
Yeah, he was short by the length of a football. They did a nice job. He did a nice job, like you said, keeping his poise and hit the safety valve there. And Long knew right where to go, and the dead spot there in the zone. That was perfect play. Now, they got that all messed up over there. They need to call timeout.
Yeah,
they got it going the other way. The chain gang. They think Piketon's got the football.
Yeah, the chain gang's just, everything's wrong over there. They didn't catch it. Now a nice open run. That's Long, or excuse me, Braden again.
Fumbled it. That should be a touchback.
Well, now they're going to say went out of bounds first. Braden carried the ball.
Down to the 1, looks like, 1 or 2.
It was about a 22-yard pickup. Lost the ball in and out of the end zone, but they say he went out of bounds first. That's going to be a first down and goal to go at the 2. But Braden didn't have a lot. He's going to have 100 yards just on these last 5 carries.
Yeah, he's only had one negative run tonight.
So Unioto set up after that run by Braden. I thought it was Long at first. Number 10 was number 20. Now they go
Wildcat.
full house, a Wildcat formation. Direct snap to Braden right side, and he steps in easily into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-yard run for Braden, his second touchdown of the night. 3:04 remaining till halftime as we have the extra point attempt coming up for Matthew.
Well, Unioto did what good teams do. They took the turnover and marched it in, and you just can't give them extra opportunities because they're going to take care of business. Going for 2.
Yeah, they are going for 2. Going
to
throw it.
That ref blew his whistle over there.
Braden they went to the Wildcat. Braden throws the pass. for the two-point conversion. So I guess they want to show that. I think it was 25 Judah Zekafus that caught it.
Yeah.
And the two-point conversion good for the Shermans. So after Piketon fought valiantly, held Unioto out in the red zone 3 straight times, and all of a sudden Unioto explodes, takes advantage of the turnover, and they lead it 25-0. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back with the Sherman kickoff after this.
Integrity. It's a small word with a big meaning, and it's one we hold dear at Ross County Banking Center. That means we work hard every day to do what's right, even when no one's looking. We treat people the way we want to be treated, volunteer in our communities, and keep a watchful eye to safeguard our customers. At Ross County Banking Center, we strive to do that better every day. Find more information on our website, vcnbfamily.bank, or visit one of our physical locations. Member FDIC.
Keep Fred with me tonight. Well, it was 10-0. Piketon had the ball in the red zone of Unioto. They were actually down around the 10, 11, 12-yard line, and it looked like it could be a 10-7 ball game, and boy, just like that.
Yep.
It went the other way. Piketon was stopped on 4th down. Unioto's come back with back-to-back touchdowns, and now it's 25-0. As they'll kick it off in just over 3 minutes. Short kick coming down, grabbed at the 30-yard line by the Redstreaks. Gilbert 35 breaks a tackle out to the 37 and brought down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redstreaks at their own 36, 37-yard line. Well, their last drive was a good one. Again, they drove it down and went on 4th down, stopped, and then Braden ran it 3 straight times. From the 7 to the 23, from the 23 to the 30, and 30, 70 yards for a touchdown. Piketon got it back. Wound up throwing a tipped interception. Great field position for the Shermans, and they took advantage of it. 2-point conversion, and just like that, it went from 10-0 to 25-0 in a matter of minutes. Actually, in a matter of about 2 minutes. Gullion back to pass, rolling, throws a screen, and nice job by Savage, breaks the tackle. Back to the original line of scrimmage. We're trying to break a second tackle, and now gang tackled over near the Piketon sideline. A lot of effort by Savage. He's only going to wind up with a couple yards on the game. Stayed in bounds, clock moving, 2:35 to play here in the first half. Second down, Gullion, sideline, quick pattern, got it. And stepping out of bounds, did he get the first down? And again, he goes to his favorite receiver. That's Blanton. Gavin Blanton, the senior. And I think Gavin stepped out of bounds before he got the first down. A little bit ago, of course, this is 3rd down. And with the quarterback run, that's 6, 7 yards deep. It did not work. But right now, well, they got a first down barely. And wound up with an interception, but now 3rd down and 2. Gullion looking to the sidelines. He's got Savage in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, Blanton over to the right. Gullion's going to run it. First down. Past the marker and maybe a yard pass, the 46-47 for Luke Gullion. And first down, Piketon. Well, the Redstreaks, that last tipped interception, other than that, they've been able to pick up some first downs. Their offense has gotten better in the second quarter.
Yes.
But they pick up a first down here. And the clock moving to the 2-minute mark. Gullion wants to throw. Quick out pattern to the right. Has a bubble screen. 50, 45. He's loose down to sidelines. 35. Cuts back in at the 30, down to the 23-yard line. A big pickup for Piketon on the bubble screen. And Gullion connects to the far side. I think it was Blanton again.
Yeah. Blanton or Chillers. I got this thing is smeared. I can't see nothing.
I'm pretty sure it was Blanton. Blanton's pretty much by himself on the right. They 2 wide receivers to the left. They like single wide receiver to the right with Blanton, and now they're going to run straight ahead with Savage to the 20, maybe to the 19. Going to get 3 or 4 yards for Savage on the carry. Clock down to 1:39 to play until halftime. 25-0 Unioto. Market at the 19. Give him 3. Second down and 7. Clock moves. Savage still back here with Goulian. Again, they two receivers to the left, and they like to have Blanton by himself split wide right. That's been their favorite target. Looking to the left, quick out pattern.
Ross.
Complete to the 15. Ross, and that's going to be about it. Good coverage quickly coming up the Shermans from their defensive back position to make the tackle. And it's going to be third down Redstreaks. Third and let's call it 4. 1 minute to play till halftime. Childers is to the left side. Childers and Ross. Blanton to the right. Goulian going to run it himself. 15 and not much more than that. He's hit backwards. No gain. Clock down to 39 seconds. Piketon calls a timeout. Timeout on the field. 39 seconds remain till halftime. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back in 30 seconds.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chillicothe or Waverly McDonald's or McHire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
On the coverage for Piketon 2-2, looking for a win tonight, trailing 25-0, trying to get on the board here late in the half. They're at the 15. And another fourth down situation for Piketon. Not too long ago, before Piketon or Unioto ran off those 2 scores, they were deeper than this territory, fourth down, and Goulian got stopped trying to get around the right side.
Yeah,
I think they'll throw it this time.
Yeah,
don't you?
I think they've had some, like you said, a couple opportunities, but they got to cash in if they're going to make any kind of game out of this. 39
seconds. Fourth down at the 15. Fourth and about 3. And now Unioto calls a timeout.
I got a quick score, 21-3, Ironton over Jackson.
Wow. It was kind of expected. Ironton's so strong this year. I got one up in the Mid-State League. Circleville off to that 4-0 start, but Amanda Clear Creek has played some. Amanda Clear Creek really handled Zane Trace, and you know they were good. And Amanda Clear Creek is up, I believe, 17-0 over Circleville in that game in the Mid-State League. I don't have any other. We'll check some SVC scores we get a chance.
Well, on my daggone score stream, I clicked on it, and it's got all the local scores, but it says unable to connect the score stream servers. So I don't know. I'll see what I can do at halftime.
Well, we get to halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back and review the scoring quickly. We'll have the stats here from T. Fred, what he's got, and then we'll send it back for the halftime interviews with Marty Bannister. Goulian, fourth down, looking sideline pattern.
Nice
Caught.
catch.
First down, great catch. Had to go up in the air to pull it down. Nice pass by Goulian. And again, far side, far corner, but it's got to be Gavin Blanton. That's been the man tonight. He and Goulian. That's a big, big first down for the Redstreaks. They're inside the 10, clock running with 30 seconds. Goulian looking to throw, left side, lobs it in the air. Good coverage up in the air, and it is intercepted.
Yeah, he kind of forced that throw. He was well covered.
Tried to go to Noah Ross, not Blanton. They went to the other side. It was one-on-one coverage. And Braden Harsha, really good-looking freshman, has got some height to him at 6'1".
Yep.
He just out-jumped him for the football. They both kind of had their hands on it, and Harsha was able to bring it down for the interception. That is second turnover for the Redstreaks, second interception, 3 turnovers.
3 interceptions.
Right, the one for the touchdown, the tipped one in Piketon territory, setting up their last touchdown for the Shermans, and that one in the end zone. And the Shermans are going to just kneel down and try to end this halftime, and they will. The clock running, and I don't think Piketon's going to call timeout. Obviously, Unioto with the football at the 20, and that will be halftime. Intermission here at Unioto. Pretty much all Shermans. Piketon played well, only down 10-0, but two late scores in that second quarter. And at halftime, it's Unioto 25, the Redstreaks 0. We'll come back and take a look at scoring and stats after this time. Out to Tomlinson Insurance, SVC Game of the Week.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
To baseball, softball, and more, we bring you the action live. Total Media Sports, where local sports live.
Remember a loved one with warmth, with affection, and a family tribute.
When I lost Janet, I was a bit lost myself, but the funeral home made all the difference.
If you're making funeral arrangements, talk to our caring staff. We will see to every detail and make a trying time a family tribute. Boyer Funeral Home, located in Waverly and Piketon.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
All at Kingston National Bank.
Back at halftime where the Unioto Shermans lead it 25-0. Quickly, Unioto, Piketon stopped them 3 times in the red zone, the Piketon defense. Unioto stopped on downs on their first drive down in the red zone. Piketon came back and very quickly, however, threw an interception right through the hands of the receiver and then into the hands of Beam, who returned it 11 yards for a pick 6. 7-0, 8:08 to play in the first quarter. Sherman's on top. Unioto came back, drove down, then Unioto threw an interception. Piketon came back, turned it over on downs. They went for it on 4th down. Unioto again got down inside the 20. Wound up settling for a 42-yard, had a couple of holding penalties, 42-yard field goal, and that was right at the end of the first quarter. The end of the quarter, 10-0 after Matthew kicked a 42-yard field goal. In the second quarter, Piketon turned it over on downs, deep in the territory of the Shermans. Shermans took over at the own 7. Braden went from the 7 to the 23, 16 yards, 23 to the 30, 7 yards, and then 70 yards for the touchdown on 3 straight carries, 5.5 to play till halftime, 17-0. Piketon came back, a tipped interception. Unioto took over to Piketon 33, took advantage. Braden on a 2-yard run, 2-point conversion pass, Braden to Zickafoos, and it was 25-0. Piketon drove down again from their own 37, got it down on 4th down, and wound up getting a first down, and then late with just a few seconds remaining, had the pass intercepted from Goulian, intended in the corner of the end zone for Ross, picked off by Harsha of Unioto to keep Piketon off the scoreboard. And T-Fred, what's some of the numbers look like there?
Well, first thing I'm going to say is unofficial. Unofficial T-Fred stats. Looking at Piketon in the rush department, Goulian carried the ball 9 times for 16 yards, but 3 of those were for negative yardage. Savage carried it 6 times for 21 yards. Blanton had a reverse for negative yardage. In the receiving end of it, Goulian was 9 for 18 and 81 yards, unofficial. Leading the way is Blanton. He's been targeted 11 times, and he's got 6 catches. So he's the main man. The biggest one was a 17-yarder to Daniels on a screen play. I think it was Daniels. But looking at Unioto, in the rush department. As soon as I find them there, I got them here somewhere. I just did it. There it is. Coy, 3 carries for 7 yards. Braden, 9 carries for 130 yards. Of course, the big one, 70 yards.
Yeah.
Long had a carry for 13, and Beam had a flanker reverse for 26. Looking at the first downs again, unofficial, Piketon with 7, Unioto with 9. 3 turnovers for Piketon, all interceptions. 1 interception by the Shermans. Penalty-wise, Piketon 4 for 30 yards. The Tanks 5 for 55 yards. And that's what I got unofficially, Greg.
All right, very good, very good. All right. Yeah, the first down's not that far apart. Piketon's moved the ball some, especially in the second quarter. But again, that they had a pick 6, stopped and got the ball, and Unioto started once at the Piketon 37 after an interception, started at the Piketon 15, and then late in the half started at the Piketon 33. So Unioto has taken advantage certainly of some short fields tonight, and lead it at halftime 25-0. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week on 100.9 Hank FM. WXIZ, and we're going to take a timeout. We will have an interview. Marty Bannister will have his regular halftime interview. We'll do that, and T. Fred and I'll come back. We'll come back with our second half action from here at Unioto after this.
We welcome you back to the half of the game you are listening to on this Friday evening, the halfway point of the high school football season here on Total Media Sports. I'm Marty Bannister. Welcome to high school football tonight. Earlier in the week, some news was made centering on high school basketball, and it reaches into an area of our Total Media Sports coverage that includes the state of Kentucky. The state announcing that they will have a shot clock in high school basketball coming in the next couple of seasons. It's been an area of debate amongst those who follow high school basketball in Ohio over the years. So on Thursday, on the show I host in the afternoons, the Afternoon Huddle, we had Tim Street from the Ohio High School Athletic Association join us, and we got his thoughts on the implementation of a shot clock in the state of Ohio and the positives and negatives of doing just that.
And you have a rather unique perspective on this, Tim, because you're a licensed OHSAA basketball official, so you understand some of the things that I guess will go into this that will make it just one more thing that game officials have to worry about right now. But let's take it to the next level on this, Tim. What are the big concerns about trying to implement this? What are the areas you see as problems to get a shot clock in Ohio?
Sure. Well, a lot of people look at the cost of the system first, but that's actually not the most significant change that would occur if there was a shot clock in Ohio. But certainly schools would have to buy the actual shot clocks that hang up above the baskets and the controller. But you're right, I'm an official, and I see this from a lot of different perspectives. I'll take you to the college level, which many years you've seen the shot clock used at the college level, your career, and of course at the NBA level. I'm not exaggerating when I say that there are more stoppages and reviews. A lot of times it's video review. There are more situations that arise from the shot clock at the college and pro level than any other part of the timing and scoring of the game. A lot of people don't realize there are quite a few different aspects of the shot clock that could happen. Did the ball hit the rim or not? Was there a foul after the shot or not? Was there a timeout after the shot or not? A lot of times the shot clock doesn't restart back to 35 seconds. It may restart at 20 or 25. There are different settings in there. If we would have the shot clock at the high school level, all of that would need to be known by our 5,000 basketball officials in Ohio, by, more importantly, the people and the person running the shot clock at the scorer's table. That is no small task to find someone and train someone to run the shot clock. A lot of our schools sometimes have issues with getting a person to run the scoreboard and the game clock. The shot clock is actually more difficult than the game clock. So certainly that is the biggest, that's the biggest topic of conversation when the shot clock comes up. Now, like we have discussed, there are, maybe now up to 36 states that do use the shot clock, Kentucky being the latest. So we continue to monitor how other states are doing with it, and how is it working in other states. Could it come to Ohio in the future? Yeah, it might. It's not on the front burner, but certainly with more states adding it, it will definitely be more discussed, in the coming months throughout this coming season.
On the live line with us, Tim Street, Director of Media Relations with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Kentucky has approved implementation of the shot clock for high school basketball here. Is it 26-27 when that starts in Kentucky, Tim, or is it this coming?
I don't think it's this coming season. I think it's the 27-28
season. Okay.
Yeah, that's my understanding. And I haven't done a lot of research on it yet. I just heard about this yesterday, I believe. The Kentucky Board of Directors voted on it. It was just yesterday or Tuesday is my understanding. Right. So we're still gathering some information, but I would they couldn't have implemented it for this coming season, I would think, here in September. So it would be the following season or even the season after that.
We'll take a time out here at the intermission of the game you're listening to on Total Media Sports. When we come back, more of our conversation with the OHSAA's Director of Media Relations, Tim Street. This is High School Football Tonight on Total Media Sports.
Looking for a hometown favorite? Stop by the Lunchbox in Chillicothe, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. From hearty all-day breakfast to a variety of wraps, subs, and paninis, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the fresh lemon shake-ups, perfect with any meal. Whether you're craving a classic Italian loaded Reuben or a warm bowl of soup, you'll find it here. Located at 24 East Walnut Street, we offer carry-out, delivery, and even office catering. Call 740-775-8624 today.
Welcome back to the intermission. High school football tonight here on this Friday. I'm Marty Bannister. We will get you back shortly to the game you are listening to here on Total Media Sports, as again we have hit the halfway point of the high school football season. In our first segment, we talked with the Director of Media Relations at the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Tim Street, about the possible implementation of a shot clock to Ohio high school basketball. As we wrapped up our conversation about that, we also got Tim's thoughts on how the reaction has been to the high school football playoff field being reduced from 16 schools per region to 12 for this coming playoff season.
I know in talking to Executive Director Doug Hughes, himself a former basketball player, he was a point guard, right? Wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
In high school? And he has come to see this as something that would be a positive. I remember having some conversations with him a few years back, and I kind of felt he was lukewarm on it, but he seems to be fully in favor of it right now, doesn't he?
He does like the shot clock. Yeah, that has been a big change here. Our previous commissioners did not like the shot clock, but you're right. He was point guard in high school and college. He was a starter at Ashland University, and he looks at the game as a player, and he also coached too. He was a high school basketball coach in North Central Ohio, so he looks at it from that standpoint. He has expressed interest and approval of the shot clock. I don't think he would be the one that would stand in the way of it moving forward. Certainly we got a few steps to go until we get there, but it is definitely something that's being talked about more now than ever.
It sure sounds that way. Remaining moments with Tim Street, Director of Media Relations with the OHSAA, kind enough to visit with us here on the afternoon huddle today. We had a chance to talk a little bit earlier about football going from 16 to 12, and I mentioned to you how a lot of the coaches I have spoken with, the vast majority of them like it. There are some that were, okay, and there were some that even wanted it to go down to 8. But the general reaction, I know we're hitting the halfway point of the season on Friday night, but do you get a sense of how everybody feels about this right now?
Well, not quite yet. I think we won't really get a full grasp of the feedback on it until we get to week 11, and those schools that earn a bye, I'm sure will be analyzing the media reports and getting comments from coaches. But you're right. It's almost here. We're going into week 5, which is hard to believe, but we are getting that much closer. But as you said, right, that each region will now qualify 12 instead of 16. That was the original proposal from the Coaches Association. The pandemic threw the curveball in the middle of that. So we had been at 16 for several years. The feedback we got from our member schools, which we did survey them, the majority, not a huge majority, but a majority did favor going back to 12. And as you said, some coaches even wanted to go back to 8. But we're going to try 12 this year. I think it's really mixed. I would say of the coaches I've talked to, some are either indifferent because they don't even want to think about that yet till they get there. But some, I think I would say a slight majority have said that's okay. They're unsure of the bye, but they do acknowledge, based on our history and tradition, that earning a spot in the playoffs has been a coveted and hard to obtain accomplishment, and this moves it back closer toward that realm.
And again, my thanks to OHSAA Director of Media Relations, Tim Street, for visiting on our show, The Afternoon Huddle on Total Media Sports, each and every weekday from 3 to 6. We are at the intermission. We will get you back to the game you are listening to on Total Media Sports. High school football coverage continues. It's week number 5. Second half action is coming up next. This is High School Football Tonight on Total Media Sports.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape.
Have you coming
Just
back
need
in
a
a
quick
minute?
mow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Driveway full of snow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald, 740-701-6744. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, a proud sponsor of SVC Sports.
Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing creates amazing apparel for SVC schools, plus customized shirts for your company or event. They offer everything from apparel, banners, and window graphics to decals, signs, billboards, and custom magnets. For great prices, friendly service, and quality products, call or stop in to see what they can create for you. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, 97 North Park Drive in Chillicothe. Call 740-663-7023.
Greg Megan with you. Halftime here at Unioto, where the Shermans lead it by a score of 25-0. T-Fred been very gracious to join me tonight, joining from our normal Piketon coverage on our sister station. Is 25-0. Really, it sounds kind of crazy. I don't think Piketon, they've had the 3 interceptions, certainly hurt them, but hung in tough. It was only 10-0 for a long time, but now those 2 late touchdowns and maybe an insurmountable lead of 25 points here. At halftime for the Shermans, looking to go 5-0 and 2-0 in conference play. Around the area, up in the mid-state, Bloom Carroll 42-0 over Liberty Union. London, another good football team, 35-0. They are winning. Miami Trace beating Western Brown 21-13 third quarter. We told you Amanda Clear Creek was up 17-0 over Circleville. This is a good one at halftime, and one of our other sister stations, Chillicothe, leading 12-6 at halftime over Wilmington. Up at Herrnstein Field. Williamsburg 26-7 over McLean. Waverly, Portsmouth West, the Senators 28-7 over Waverly tonight. Adena beating Paint Valley 13-0 second quarter. And it is, it changed on me, Westfall easily over Southeastern 35-7. And that, I think, is near halftime. We mentioned earlier, T-Fred mentioned earlier, Ironton, they're now up 42-3 over Jacksonville. That's quite a football team. And we don't have any score. The Zane Trace, the other SVC game, they're playing at Huntington. We have 0-0, at least on my scoreboard, still listed in the first quarter. Well, your opinion, your observations on the Shermans. You said you talked to a few of your friends. You made the comment, a couple of people said it might be their best team in 20 years. They haven't been smooth tonight.
No.
They've been a little ragged. Their passing game was off. But you look at, they're up 25-0, just like that.
Yeah, and then that right there, what you just said at the end, they had 2 quick scores, 2 big plays. They capitalized on the turnovers. What I'm seeing between them and Zane Trace, I think we've already discussed that they're deeper. I think they're just a little bit deeper. I think they're defensively, they're a little bit stronger. But both teams have good running backs. Both teams have good receivers, and both teams have good quarterbacks. I think the speed edge goes to Unioto. That's going to be a heck of a game. I wish I could see that one. But it'll be a dandy, and I don't know, do they play at ZT this year?
No, it's here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, we'll be back here in 2 weeks from tonight.
That'll be a good one. But
that'll be our broadcast game, and I think you're spot on. I think This may not make sense. This was years ago, talking to a coach and talking about maybe a small conference or smaller schools and maybe D1 or some of the time. Now there's so many more divisions. And the coach was telling me, he said, sometimes in bigger schools, a little bit deeper, whatever, if I'm coaching in a league like, I don't want to say OCC but a big, he said, I can't hide anybody. Maybe I can hide one guy.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
But maybe at that time years ago in a small conference, this SVC's grown, and you've got some, Unioto's bigger, Piketon, Westfall, you got some bigger schools certainly now than maybe years ago. They were all considered small schools. But I think years ago, you might be able to hide 2 or 3 guys or whatever. But trying to explain and I think this is what you were saying. I agree with you 100%. And Unioto, looking at him, just like our late, you had a freshman as a D-back, perfect coverage, go up in the air and get an interception. On the other side, you got Zikafus. And, I don't see – their linebackers are tremendous. Their front line's tremendous. Yes. Unioto, back to your point, deeper, but they've got subs. But I also think I don't see any weaknesses when when Coach Hoops has 11 guys, offense and defense. Not to say Piketon does their Zane Trace, but I think Unioto is just so deep and they're strong in every position, and enough so unless they make a bunch of mistakes, they're going to be hard to beat.
Well, and even tonight, like you already said, they haven't played a really smooth game, especially offensively. They've hurt themselves a lot with penalties. And like you said a couple times, the receivers ran the wrong route or something happened because there wasn't anybody out there except Piketon jerseys on a couple pass plays. But Piketon's had the opportunities, and that's the biggest thing I would say out of Piketon. They're not making the best of their opportunities because, like you said, they were down on the 15, had a chance to do something, nothing happened. And Unioto gets a turnover. What do? They run 70 yards for a touchdown. So they're solid. ZT solid. I haven't seen Huntington, and I think Huntington and Westfall are the next 2 teams that are pretty solid.
I would agree.
But with that being said, the cream of the crop will be meeting 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
And that'll be a battle. And with Piketon, they just gotta stay positive because, like you said, it was 10-0 for a long time.
I don't know what's going to happen. They were down to 25-0, but you just alluded to that. Your Coach Gooley and your Piketon, and you said they didn't play their best last week as Zane Trace. Give credit, Zane Trace had the turnovers. They've had 3 interceptions tonight. But they've got half a season left. You got to remember they've played Lucasville Valley. They've played the 2 best teams in the SVC, Zane Trace, Unioto, and they still got 5 weeks to go.
Right.
So I think mentally and some things, if they're able to do it, get a couple injury guys back, they could certainly finish strong and have a strong finish to the season and have certainly a winning year.
Yeah, I think
part of it's going to be mental. You're right.
Yes, it is mental, and they could. And I'm not putting the pressure on them, but I guess I am. They could win the next 5. They really could. So that would put them at 7-3 with the 12-team playoff, Greg. That's going to be on the edge of the cliff probably. But you got to take advantage of when opportunity knocks, which they've played better this week. I'll give them that. But it's still a lot of drop balls.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. They've been inside the 15 twice.
Yeah.
And not able to stopped on downs the one time, and then right before the end of the half, they threw an interception. But again, it was late, not a whole lot of time left.
Right.
But talking with T-Fred here, it seems like I think Guyon's thrown the ball pretty well. Early on, the receivers dropped 3 or 4 passes. And that last one, he was trying. It was only not many seconds left. He threw it in the corner of the end zone. And, again, give Unioto credit. Their defensive back made a high pointed it against the offensive man and pulled it down for the interception. So we're about set to go. Piketon will get the football to start the second half. Again, next week our plans that we are going to see that Zane Trace team against Westfall. Westfall in an unusual situation. Their quarterback broke his collarbone against Circleville. They brought in their wide receiver, young man by the last name of Eberly, and I'll tell you what, he can fly, and they've kind of got a 3-headed running back thing there with the cousins right in him. So they're an interesting team. We shall see against St. Trace next week. Long kick, Piketon muffs it.
That's a mistake.
And it's going to go out of bounds, and that is a mistake by the Redstreaks. Tried to catch it back at the 5, missed it. It hit him in the foot and went out of bounds, and Redstreaks are going to have to start at their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's stuff you just can't do. I mean, that ball was going to go to the end zone.
It was going to go to the end zone.
And it's not like
I don't think you're going to return it 95
No,
yards
that's
because,
what
first
I
of
was
all, it
thinking.
was kicked to the far side.
Yeah, they had him cornered in, no doubt. But, you know, got to make the best of it. Can't give the ball back too quick to the Tanks because this game's already getting a little bit out of hand.
Well, we said Unioto's had great field position. They had a pick six at the Piketon 12 and took it in for a touchdown. Then they've been inside territory 3 or 4 times. Off right tackle, pushing from the 10, maybe for a yard or two.
Yeah, Savage, I think.
Yeah, real quick to look back. Unioto. Piketon 37. Piketon 20. And then they're deep in their own territory. And then later on to Piketon 33. So they have stopped on 4 downs, interceptions, had great field position. So Piketon would like to get a first down and get a little bit out of the way here. Low pass, caught it to 15, shy of the first down. But a nice catch, had to go down to get it. Noah Ross on the catch. About 4 or 5 yards out around the 15. Unioto does a great job of coming up quickly and making the tackle with their D-backs.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. They are so fast in the secondary, and right now they're daring Piketon to throw deep. There is nobody back at all. Safeties and everybody are up.
They got
right where the
everybody,
linebackers
everybody within 5 yards of the line. Maybe Zickafoos might be 6 yards back. That's about it. 3rd down and 5 for the Redstreaks after that completion. Luke Goulian, as always, back in that pistol formation. Single running back. Luke wants to throw. Looking. Throws it across the middle, wide open at the 35. And did he drop it?
Yep, dropped it.
He did. Had to go down to get it, but it was right in the chest and dropped by Ross. And now 4th down.
Gosh.
Kind of what can go wrong will go wrong for the Redstreaks offense tonight.
Yes,
Again,
sir.
they moved the ball in the second quarter, but got down the red zone. They couldn't finish twice. And now they're deep in their own territory. They kind of flubbed the kickoff return, had to start at the 10, dropped a first down pass, and all of a sudden they got to punt deep in their own territory. And punting's been a little bit of a problem. We'll see if we can figure out who's going to punt this time.
I think that's Sammy.
Moving forward. Nice kick. Spiraling kick out around the 40. Bounces, takes a Piketon bounce across the 50.
Yeah, that's a better kick.
Yeah, and that's going to be a 30-yard plus punt. No return. Unioto will start at their own 49. And who did punt that? Was that Oliver?
No, that was Sammy Struckle.
Okay. Sammy.
That's why I said it was a better punt this time.
Last time he kind of
kicked it right at us,
into
remember?
the crowd. That's right. Almost came to the press box. Unioto starts at their own 49. Shermans come out offensively. Glad to have you along tonight on Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Quarterback throws to the left side, complete for 5 yards. Zickafoos to the 43, 42, near the 40, knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be very close to the first down. Just a quick hitch pattern from Coy to Zickafoos. Yeah, I think it's going to be a first down at the 40, about 11. Give him 11 yards on the pass play. About a 6-7 yard pass, and then Zickafoos with the speed turns it into a first down. Lakin Langhoff, a freshman, will come in and replace Zickafoos for the Shermans at the wide receiver spot. Jack Welsh will come out to the right.
He looks like he's got some speed, too, just watching him run on the field.
Snap to Coy. Coy will give it on the end around 40, breaking loose at the 35. That's Beam again, 25, down to the 20. Fumbles the football, it's loose. Piketon did a great job of stripping the football, but I don't know who got it. Piketon looked like they fell on it, but may have lost it again.
Yeah, I agree. I think Unioto's got it.
Good job. A nice job. I'm not sure who it was. It could have been, again, I played well tonight defensively, is Trevor Shanks for the Redstreaks. Somebody stripped from behind, and Piketon had a great shot at recovering the fumble, but that was a mad scramble, and the purple jersey got on it. First and 10, Shermans after a big end around that time to Levi Beam. Beam comes off the field limping a little bit. Sherman's ready to go, man in motion. Straight ahead, Braden to the 15, pushes forward maybe to the 13. He gets 5 or 6 on the carry. Again, Cody Braden with well over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns in that first half. Of course, the big one was that 70-yard run.
Well, the other thing I seen up front, Greg, there's some serious holes. I mean, they're not hitting the guy till he's got 3 or 4 yards.
Welsh will come out to the right. Freshman Braden Harsha. So they got 2 freshmen lying off at Harsha in a wide receiver. Cody Braden still a running back. And they fumbled the snap and falling on it. Now Braden picked it up off the ground and ran with it and actually got a couple yards.
Yes, he did.
That was
heads up
play. The snap was fumbled by Isaac Coy. It bounced, and Braden, of course, lines up right off the right hip of that pistol formation, was able to step forward, pick it up, and run with it. Give him a yard or two. Going to be third down for the Shermans. We're in the third quarter. Still 25-0. That was our halftime score. Sherman's on top over Piketon. Shermans come out over the football. Play clock down to 5-4. They're going to have to hurry to get to playoff. They do. A little bit of a mix-up, but Braden gets the ball inside the 10. Now a pile of white jerseys falls forward with Braden, and I think he's got the first down around the 6-yard line. They'll spot it. I will call it the 7. First and goal to go for Unioto. Coming up on 8 minutes to go third quarter. Isaac Coy, the junior, got the play. Call it this maybe 6.5, 7-yard line. Split wide to the right again is Welsh. They go with the pistol, put a man in motion, and give it to the man in motion to the 10, around the corner to the 5, running with the football. Knocked out of bounds is Harsha. Shy of the goal line, picked up 3 or 4 on the flanker reverse. Faked it to Braden and gave it to the flanker coming around behind the quarterback. He gets from maybe the 7 down to the 4, 3 yards. Second and goal to go, spotted at the 4. Good pursuit that time by Piketon to spread that out and not let Harsha get totally around the corner. Cody Braden. Now they go to the Wildcat, directly to Braden, looking for another touchdown, and he will take it in backwards and falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Unioto. They just put him at the Wildcat, hike it directly to the big 210-pound running back, and he takes it 4 yards in for the touchdown, and I believe third touchdown of the night for the Sherman senior, Cody Braden.
Yep.
That'll make it 31-0. Unioto will line up to kick it. So Matthew will attempt the extra point. He's been perfect tonight. Also has a 42-yard field goal. High snap. They're going to throw it. Now that the snap was high, looking, and throw it into the corner. And my goodness, he caught it. Right, almost right to the Piketon player. So I think it's Judah Zickerfoos.
Yes, it is.
And that's Judah's second 2-point conversion pass completion reception on the night. It was a high snap. The holder did a good job in the fact that if you can't kick it, he just took off running and got it into the end zone for the score and the 2-point conversion. 6:21 left in the third quarter. Now Unioto 33-0 over Piketon. You're listening to the Thompson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need a quick mow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Driveway full of snow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald 740-701-6744. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, a proud sponsor of SVC Sports.
Ready for the kickoff for the Shermans. Our game tonight brought to you by Tomlinson Insurance, your local McDonald's restaurants, Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Long kick coming down, and this time Piketon says, let's let it go in the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. Brought to you by the Lunchbox, Recreations, Kingston National Bank, and Monroe's Collision.
I got a Dean of 20, Paint Valley, nothing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a few scores here.
Yeah, Westfall was up big on Southeastern, was 35-7 at one time. Adina getting another win tonight. They got one last week, I believe. So Piketon will begin at their own 20. And again, since we are plus 30 points in the lead second half, we have a running clock. I've been a jinx. I think almost every game I've had, except for 2 this year, we've had a running clock.
Now, I always had a question. Is it 30 or 35?
Well, there's Goulian, and long pass. Got a man, but just overthrows him up at the 40.
Conkle.
I thought it was 35, but then I was told last week it's 35.
It is 30 because it's running right
but
now.
But in the second half.
It's 30 points. I'll make a note of that.
If it's 35, they started to, but if it's 30 in the second half, I believe. All of the 35 would be. Then I get mixed up because of basketball.
I do too.
Same amount of leads.
Exactly right.
But it must be plus 30 in the second half because the clock is running. So even on the incomplete pass, now Goulian, 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it straight ahead, nothing there. Nice battle by Piketon, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Nice defense. I believe that was James. Oliver carried it, but Daquan James, defensive end for the Shermans. And also on the tackle was Jacob Renner.
Northwest 21, Minford 6.
Third and 10 for Piketon. Moving some people around them. They move out Ross to the right side in a slot formation. You got 3 receivers to the right, nobody to the left. Goulian pitches to the right, and they're going to throw a halfback pass. Looking down the sideline, got a man at the last second, knocked out and batted away. Nice recovery. I believe it was Blake Braden, number 2, that got back. They had him open on the halfback pass, but just didn't get it out there quick enough. Braden was able to recover. And I hope I got that right. Number 2 was a single digit.
I think that's who I saw.
So Piketon, we're going to be 4th and 10 from their own 20. Going to be forced to punt again. And again, the running clock, 3:19, 3:18 to play third quarter.
It's going to go quick, big dog.
Yeah, Unioto, it should. Had a running clock last week, Westfall at Paint Valley. Good snap. And pretty good punt away, all the way out to the 50-yard line, taking it to 49 by the Shermans, bringing it back to the right side. Zickafoos, look out, 40. Zickafoos 30. Zickafoos 20, breaks a tackle. Zickafoos down the sidelines, pulled out of bounds at the 14-yard line. And that's about a 38-yard punt return by Jason Zickafoos. A lot of speed for the senior, and you could see that opening up pretty quick for him.
Speed kills, buddy.
Blocking the back, return team, number 86, 10 yards from the spot, first down.
Oh,
Unioto with a penalty. If I remember right, Fred, we had Unioto like 55 yards in penalties in the first half. They had quite a few holding calls.
Yes, they did.
And we talked about their offense not being real smooth until late in the first half, but part of that was they had penalties. And they got one here that's going to stop a big return down inside the 15. And they'll come back, spot the block in the back, and bring it back, and they're going to start in Piketon territory, maybe at the 42.
Another SOC score, Wheelersburg 49, Valley 7.
How come Wheelersburg and Ironton are good all the time?
Hey, you tell me, buddy. Athens 52, Benton County nothing. That is a final.
Yeah,
Athens pretty good this year.
Yeah, Athens, one of their better teams, and Benton County suffering a little bit this year. Pass outside, complete to 38, 35, down to the 32, spins, and a nice catch and move. That's the freshman Langhoff. Lakin Langhoff. We know Coy's a junior. They got quite a few talented seniors, but he's got 2 freshmen, Langhoff and Harsha, that are freshmen. Remember those names. Those guys are pretty good as freshmen. Langhoff's going to go out to the left. First down pass from Coy. Now we got a whistle. Unioto, a little bit of a mix-up. They're going to call timeout. We got timeout as well. 1:57 to play till the end of the third quarter. Unioto 33-0 over Piketon. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chillicothe Coffee or Waverly McDonald's or makehire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
We had them against Beaver Eastern. And I'll tell you what.
That was a wild game.
Yeah, it was a wild game. Hurst, their quarterback, a couple receivers. Huntington's got 4 or 5 kids. They've got a lot of kids, but 4 or 5 of their kids can play anywhere in the SVC.
Right.
So you can't sleep on Huntington. And right now they're on top of Zane Trace, it sounds like, in that one. Man in motion. Got a new quarterback in for, they give it to Harsha to run. New quarterback for Unioto as Harsha carries the ball. Picks up 3 or 4 yards. Blake Braden, a freshman, in replacing the starting quarterback, Isaac Coy. So again, running clock 33-0. We're still in the third quarter, but we're down to a minute 25 to play in the third. Huntington lost last week, but to Unioto.
Cold Grove and Portsmouth tied at 14.
Braden, freshman quarterback, hands off, 25. A little bit of room to the 20, down inside the 15, down around the 11. Now in to carry that ball was Judas Zikafus, I believe.
Yes.
Judas had two-point conversion catches tonight. First down, Shermans at the 11 of Piketon. Maybe one more play here in the third quarter. So Sherman's with the freshman Braden at quarterback. I believe running back. Now they're going to throw the ball across the middle from Braden, complete to the 5, fighting for yardage, not quite into the end zone, but near it. Again, that's freshman to freshman. Braden to Langhoff. Langhoff caught it, held nicely, fought for it, and got down to the 1-yard line, and that's going to end the third quarter. 3 quarters completed. Unioto, it's all Shermans. Unioto 33-0 over Piketon. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
Unioto at the 1-yard line. Braden, the freshman quarterback, puts a man in motion. He's going to carry it himself. Breaks across the middle, dives for the goal line, and it is a touchdown for the freshman. Blake Braden, I believe, on the quarterback keep. Had 6 more to the Shermans total. They score on the first play here of the fourth quarter. Well, the Bradens now have 4 touchdowns, right?
Yes, sir.
Number 13, Tanner Bean on to kick the point after number 2, Blake Braden in the hole.
I think we got a new kicker.
13.
Wow. The kick is up, and it is good. Nice job. Tanner Beam, a junior. Talk about Unioto's depth, T. Fred. Their second kicker kicks it further than almost anybody I've seen all year.
Yeah, he's solid. Yeah, they are solid. I mean, that's all you can say. Just a solid football team, and even though they had some miscues early, they just once they got rolling.
Yeah, tough on Piketon, and again, Sherman's a lot of offensive weapons, and again, they've got a lot of them. I know I talk a lot about, but they've got 2 freshmen that, man, oh man, look pretty good. Now, again, they're playing with a lot of other great players. Sometimes if you're around a lot of other good players, it makes you better as well. But Harsha, the freshman, Langoff, a freshman, have looked very good at wide receiver. A freshman quarterback comes in and completes a couple. 40-0 Unioto. So the clock is stopped till we kick off.
All right.
And then we'll start it up again.
Let me buzz over these sponsors.
Yes, do that. Yep.
These are our sponsors on the queue: Kirchhoff Automotive, Quick Lube and Tire, Bowyer Funeral Home, People's Bank, Valley View Health Centers, Botkin Hornback Funeral Home, Hometown Chevy, Quinker's Lumber and Supplies, and Ohio Valley Bank. Thanks to those fine sponsors.
And they'll be back with you next week. Who you got? Who's coming up next week?
I didn't even look.
It's not Unioto or Zane Trace. That's the good news, right?
I'm not sure. I want to say Southeastern, but I don't know if that's right.
Let's see. Piketon next week. Paint Valley.
Paint Valley. Okay.
At home.
All righty. Shows you how much I know.
Bouncing kick, 18 out to the 20. And that's about as far as the Redstreaks will get on the return. Running clock, 40-0 Unioto. Now we're 10:35 left in this ball game here.
They got some new guys, looks like.
I'll have T-Fred help me out here on the Redstreaks here if we can.
I wish I had a better view. This window's got a smear on it or something, and it's like looking through the fog. Bodicker's in at receiver.
Yeah,
Childers is in. Childers is quarterbacking. Childers is
Marquise
QB.
Robinson, a running
Robinson,
back.
yes.
Yeah, Robinson, a running back, number 5. And Childers quarterbacking for the Redstreaks. Robinson carries and grabbed and brought backwards.
Yeah, nothing.
Very quickly, not much running room. Again, Daquan James, good-looking sophomore, 6 foot 185. Robinson tackled for actually maybe a loss of 3 or 4 on the play. Second and 13 for Redstreaks. Childers throws it out to the left side. Little bubble screen out to the 20. A little bit of running room out to the 25. Down the sidelines and almost near the 30-yard line.
12, Gilbert, I believe.
Tucker Gilbert. Nice job after he caught the football.
Yep.
It looks like it might be no gain. It was 2nd and 13, and now it's 3rd and 4, so he picked up about 9. 3rd down and 4 for Piketon. Nolan Childers looks over to the sidelines. 3rd down, clock under 9 minutes to play. Snap, and they'll keep the quarterback out to the 30, near the 1st down marker, but I think he got drugged backwards out of bounds. Good tackle, stop to 1st down by Jonah Renner. Renner, a freshman. Unioto's got a pretty talented freshman class.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot of fine seniors as well. Well, it's 4th and 1. Piketon says, what the heck, let's go for it. 8:15 the clock, of course, running. So Childers.
I'm going to measure, big dog.
All right. Well, we've had a lot of those tonight.
Yes, we
We
have.
have more measurements tonight than we have all year long, I think.
I did not look, so I'm not going to guess.
Okay. Didn't get a good look at it for the eagle eye. And is a first down? I think he signaled first down.
I don't know what he signaled, to be honest with you.
Kind of like did a fist bump or something. I don't know what it meant.
It was. He gave him first down.
All right. So
According to my stats, that's the first down they've got this half.
I don't think they had any in the first quarter. Got probably, 4 or 5 there in the second quarter when they moved the ball pretty well. Got stuck in the red zone twice, did Piketon. But
yep.
And now the official stops the clock. So
just give him the first down.
Yeah, give him the first down. It's 40-0.
They're going to move it back. That's why I knew. That's why I said that. I thought for sure they're going to make them move it back. So it's 4th and about 2 inches.
Well, yeah, they moved the chains, put down first down, and then they stepped in and said, yeah, maybe.
Well, it's like you said, he did the fist bump.
He did. He brought the chains out, set it down, and put his fist up in the air, and then I don't know. I give up.
Yep.
4th and short.
Timeout.
And now timeout Piketon. So he'll stop the clock, 7:56. Let's take a quick timeout as well. Hey, you're with us on 100.9 WXIZ, Thompson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back with more after this.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
SVC, maybe the best game of the week. Huntington and Zane Trace. Zane Trace has come back and now leads 21-14 over Huntington. I believe she said fourth quarter.
Yes.
So that's a good tight game. And again, Huntington's a pretty talented team. Again, they kind of got hammered by Unioto last week, but that's not unusual so far this year. 4th and short, quarterback straight ahead, and
nothing.
I don't think he got it.
Nope. Lost a yard.
Well, maybe they'll measure and say it isn't, and then it is a first down.
They're giving it to him. Well, they haven't said, but the chains is moving again.
We're a long ways away.
Yes,
but,
we are.
But
yes, we are.
There's been about 3 of those that looked like the Piketon quarterback never even got to the line of scrimmage. Do you agree with that?
I'm with you.
But it's a first down. It's 40-0. I don't think anybody cares right now.
Yes, sir.
Clock moving on the running clock down to 7 minutes left in the ball game. Quarterback hands off. This one is no yardage in the backfield. Good battle by the Piketon running back as handed off by Childers to Robinson. Robinson's going to lose a couple yards.
Mm-hmm. I say throw it long, nothing to lose. Childers a freshman.
Robinson, the running back.
Freshman.
Robinson's a freshman, yeah.
Had to think about it for a second.
Childers gets the snap. He is going to throw it to the sidelines and caught at the 39.
Boddicker.
Quick tackle. Boddicker catches it. Harsha makes the tackle for Unioto. I know I've probably said it 5 times beating a dead. I really like Braden Harsha. He does not play like a freshman. He's pretty good size for a freshman, 165 and 6'1" already, but really very athletic back there, a defensive back spot. Made catches tonight on the offense as a freshman. Pick up a 5 for the Redstreaks. They'll roll out to the outside with Childers. Rolls, throws to the sideline complete, but no gain. quick recovery by the defense of Unioto. They come up very quickly. Coming up quickly on that was another freshman, Lakin Langhoff, at the stop. And I think it's going to be 4th down and 5, no gain on the play for Piketon. Clock down to 5.5 minutes left in this one. I didn't know we were on camera. I forgot we were on camera, son. How'd we look? Okay, you think, Fred? We did look good tonight. There we go.
I definitely don't have the face for the camera, so or the voice for the radio.
Fourth down for the Redstreaks. Look to throw it. Sideline pattern, dropped. And actually intercepted, I think. Nope, incomplete. Another one off the hands of a Piketon receiver, almost intercepted. Actually, it turns out good he didn't intercept it because they're going to get better field position on the incomplete pass than they would have on the diving interception. But anybody playing defensive back likes to have that INT stat.
Yes, sir.
But not able to hang on to it, but it was 4th down. That means Unioto will get it at the 39. So the Shermans will take over at the 39, 4:20 with the running clock. A lot of people heading, well, a lot of people already headed, but several more heading to the exits right now. There's a blitz by Piketon. Don't get the runner, and he's off on the run down to the 25, down to the 20. 19-yard run for the Shermans. Piketon ran a blitz, and Unioto got it to the outside.
What number was that, Greg?
30.
32.
Coming off the field, I believe it was 32, carried the ball.
19 yards, huh?
Walker Sams, a junior on the carry. Now Unioto's yelling. Now's the time they're trying to say, hey, trying to get some other people in the game. Trying to find them on the sideline, say you're in. First down, Shermans. Now in a running back, it looks like freshman Briggs Jackson. Jackson around the right side. Jackson down to the 10, spins around and gets inside the 10, down inside maybe the 5. Unioto looking to score again with some of their younger players here. And same way Piketon's got a lot of subs in now as well. All the way down to the 3.
Was that number 18?
It was 18, Briggs Jackson. Listed at 5'9", 150. Blake Braden, the freshman quarterback, brings the play back in. We're down under 3 minutes to play. No, they don't need to score, but these are young guys. You got a lot of freshmen. They'd love to get in there as well. There's a handoff up the middle, spinning, and now hit from behind down to the 2 on that carry. I think was Henry Villette. If I said that right. Yeah, Villette on the carry. Cut it back in nicely down to around the 1 or 2 yard line. And the Shermans looking to score. 2nd down and goal to go. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the ball game. 40-0, Unioto. They were up 25-0 at the half. Braden, the quarterback, carries it, keeps it himself, cuts inside, and I don't think he got in. Nice job by Piketon fighting to keep him out of the end zone. So it's going to be 3rd and goal to go. Inside the 1, right on the goal line for the Shermans.
Well, it's been a rough 3-game stretch for the Redstreaks.
Certainly has.
And they're just going to have to learn from it and get ready to go again next week.
From the 1, Braden hands it off up the middle into the end zone. I think it's number 18 on the carry. Briggs Jackson, the freshman. And Unioto with just 1:14 on the clock scores again. And that'll make it 46-0. They'll go ahead and kick the extra point with their second team kicker, Tanner Beam, who about as talented as anyone I've seen, and he's the second team kicker. High snap. Beam kicks it. way up in the air far enough, and it is good. Well, 45 seconds remain in the ball game. It's now 47-0. The Shermans on top, and only one or two plays probably left with the running clock for Piketon to end this one. It's been all Shermans, and well, they just 5 weeks now, they've really not been tested.
No, they're solid.
So next week, 2 weeks, they have Zane Trace coming to their place, and we'll be back for that one. Next week, the Shermans are at Adina, who are winning tonight. Actually, Adina, I think, is 2-0, but I'm not sure they've seen anyone like 2-0 in conference play.
Right.
But that'll be a test for the Warriors. It'll be at Adina next week. And then the following week, they're here with Zane Trace, and then the Shermans go to Paint Valley. They go to Southeastern. So that's Zane Trace game, and after that, their last game of the year is here at home against Westfall. Westfall's a pretty good football team. They've given up a lot of points. They have got three excellent running backs, and the Wright cousins, Eli and Joey, and then their quarterback who's moved in from wide receiver is extremely quick, but I don't know if they have enough weapons to try to play with these Shermans. And the kickoff, line drive coming down to the 15, taken by Piketon. Out to the 25, not a lot of room, to the 27, and pushed backwards. And I think they'll let the clock run. I'm not sure Piketon's even going to send anybody in to run a play.
No.
Piketon's going to line up to shake hands and let the clock run out. And that'll do it from Unioto. You know, it's kind of crazy, but until late in the second quarter, the Redstreaks were hanging tough. They stopped Unioto 3 times in the red zone. And only down 10-0 with less than 5 minutes to go in the half. But it got away quickly. Shermans took advantage of some turnovers, good field position, and they went it going away 47-0. That's it from Unioto. We'll come back, take a look at final scorings, take a look at some final stats for you. This is the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald, 740-701-6744. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, a proud sponsor of SVC Sports.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Oh, my mower won't start. I know what to do. Take it to Matheny's Small Engine Repair, located on Savageville School Road in between Jackson and Chillicothe. Matheny's is now an official Encore dealer with both new commercial and residential models on display. They'll get you up and mowing.
The Lunchbox in Chillicothe, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. Enjoy all-day breakfast, fresh lemonade shake-ups, and a big menu for a small space. Visit us at 24 East Water Street or call 740-775-8624. Delivery, dine-in, and carry-out are available.
Well, back to wrap this one up. I'm Greg Begum, as joined tonight, and again, thanks to T. Fred for coming and helping me out. Normally broadcast the Piketon games on our sister station, but since we no sense having two stations here tonight and with the space. So happy to have T-Fred with me tonight. Did a great job, and wasn't much of a game as it wound up, as the final score 47-0 in favor of the Shermans. 25-0 at the half. Braden added a 4-yard touchdown run, a 2-point conversion pass. That was the third touchdown of the night for Braden. And then Blake Braden, the quarterback, got a later touchdown run at 11:20 left in the game, make it 40-0. And then that late touchdown there with under 40 seconds to play for the Shermans. Jackson, I believe, the freshman, carried it in, and we wind up 47-0 on the night. Again, Unioto goes to Adina next week. Our broadcast game is going to be Westfall at Zane Trace. Zane Trace leading Huntington. Last report we had 21-14 in that SVC game. We had an earlier score. Westfall was all over Southeastern. 1 point in first half. It was 35-7 in that one. T-Fred's working hard. We got him to work tonight, working on all these stats for us tonight. And again, Piketon, those in the first half, I think, was 10-0. They stopped Unioto 3 times in the red zone. One time wound up, however, they stopped in the red zone, and the next play, Piketon threw an interception. It was a pick 6. Stopped him in the red zone later. Unioto kicked a 42-yard field goal, and then later stopped him in the red zone, and that turned out Piketon got stopped down at the 6-yard line, but very quickly Unioto, Braden carried 3 times to the 23, to the 30, and then 70 yards for a touchdown. That finally kind of broke it open, 17-0. They scored again before the end of the half, and that last touchdown right before the end, it came after, I believe, a Piketon turnover again. And what was 10-0 just kind of became 25-0, and that was pretty much Katie barred the door. You knew Piketon just wasn't going to be able to move the ball that well. Moved the ball a couple times down to the red zone, but never could get in the end zone tonight, and shut out here by the Unioto Shermans. Again, the final 47-0. Hey, Fred, what do you got there for us? I know you've been adding up there as best you can.
Oh, buddy, mostly Unioto stuff, I can tell you that. Okay, unofficial again. This is the first time I've ever done all the stats, so bear with me.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Piketon, unofficially, Goyen, 9 carries for 16 yards. Childers, 2 carries for 4 yards. Savage, 7 carries for 23 yards. And everything else was negative. In the passing department, as a whole, Piketon was 13 of 25 for 101 yards. Childers had a couple of those completions, 2 for 13 yards, I think, 14 yards, 2 for 3. Goyen was 11 for 21 for 88 yards, unofficial. For the Tanks, 295 yards rushing total. That's, all my scribbling and scratching. They were led by Braden. I got him 13 for a 146.
Yeah, like 130 in the first half, didn't
yes, really? 70 on the big one there. And Cox.
Coy.
I don't know why I said Cox. Coy, 7 for 12 for 48 yards. Didn't even have, he only threw 2 times in the second half. Well, actually, I think the other guy, number 2, threw a couple times. So
Braden did.
That's what they had total.
Late in the game for the Shermans. Well, again, from the Piketon side, hey, it's 47-0. You had some turnovers, but I thought they did a good job through about midway in the second quarter. Their defense played well, but when you turn it over and you give the ball to Unioto, or you went for it on 4th down, okay, give it to them deep in your territory, a time or 2, plus the turnovers. That's just too much to expect. I thought Piketon did some good things, but Unioto's too talented to have that happen.
Yeah, you said it, Greg. You're a great ball club, and unofficially first downs, I forgot to give you 8 for Piketon and 16 for Unioto, unofficial. The only thing Unioto did poorly in was penalty yards, 6 for 65. But it is what it is, and Piketon has to learn, take some positives, and say, hey, look, it was 10-0, and we had a chance to make it
10-7.
10-7, and then when it was 17-0, was it? Or no, it was 25-0. It was 25-0. Had a chance to score, wound up not doing it. It would have been 25-7 or 8 or whatever, but. against a really good ball team, you cannot make mistakes. You cannot drop passes. And you got to make hay while there's a chance to make some hay. It didn't happen. Kudos to Unioto. Coach Hoop's got a great ball club. I can't wait for 2 weeks. That'll be a heck of a game between them and Zane Trace.
Yep.
So.
Well, and again, we'll have that one in 2 weeks right here on the home of the SVC 100.9 WXIZ. And T-Fred and Piketon travels to Adena, or they got home next week with Adena in their next matchup. And I think we said this earlier, for those listening in the Piketon, tough loss tonight. They've had a rough 3 weeks. But mentally, they've got 5 games left. They're going to be a team, if they can stay away from injury and get it going and get something positive to happen to them, I think they can finish strong.
Yes, I agree, Greg. They got 5 winnable games, not taking anything away from any other teams.
No.
But, they played a pretty decent first half, and then I think when the ball started rolling with the Tanks, it was over. Yep. And take the positives. 3-game stretch that was tough. But live and learn. If you don't learn from a loss, then it's not doing you any good. So I'm sure Coach Goy don't have them back to square one and got the home game next week. Maybe they can bounce back and get a win.
All right. Unioto side, they're rolling. They haven't had a close game yet. We'll see how that effect that has on them. And again, next week they go to, I think I had that wrong. Piketon, Piketon, you got
Paint Valley.
Paint Valley, yeah. Unioto has Adena. I think I got that wrong moments ago. So Unioto, Adena, then that Zane Trace game. So they really need some battles here. Their chances are they're going to get a good shot at winning the league. See what happens at Zane Trace. Probably going to be in the playoffs, and you're going to see some tough competition. But I think they've got the talent. They just haven't been tested yet. We'll see what effect that has on them as they go through the season. Again, thanks for listening in, all of our crew tonight. To Fred, thanks for joining me, and we'll talk. Maybe we'll see you on down the road. Not bad for 2 old guys.
Right?
I
tell you what, 2 veterans, huh? But yeah, you do a great job. It was a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
I just enjoyed just doing it. I'm like you. I'm just an old guy that likes to do things that, I just enjoy doing.
Keeps you around the ball game, keeps you around the kids. It's fun.
Sir.
It's certainly fun to do. Well, that'll do it from Unioto. Thanks to all of our listeners, all of our great sponsors that we mentioned several times. Vanessa, thank you back at the studios. Christina got me on earlier. And we'll be back next week here on 100.9 WXIZ. It'll be Westfall at Zane Trace, and we'll be on the air at about 6:45. One more time, the final, 47-0. Unioto wins it tonight over the Redstreaks. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching SVC Game